Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fifth ever episode of the It's Getting Late podcast. My name's Jacob, and joining me today is my wonderful co host, Paul.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
And before we get started, everyone, we always like to show this little thing at the beginning of every show, and that is our email. So if you guys have any fan castings, any would you rathers, anything you guys want us to rank in future episodes, or anything you want us to review, email us down below at the It's Getting Late podcast at gmail.com. Alrighty, everybody. With all the housekeeping done, let's start off this jam-packed episode with this. So, Life is Strange, it was announced earlier this week that Life is Strange is going to be getting a TV series. And to my knowledge, it was Amazon that is going to be getting this streaming.
That
Is
is
that what you
correct,
said, Paul?
yes.
So, I am not a Life is Strange guy. I've never played the video game, but luckily for
You're
us
missing
guys,
out.
Paul has. Paul has played it and he really likes it. So,
Yeah.
Paul, how are you feeling about this? Are you excited for it? Are you like, I don't know? Like, how are you feeling about it?
No, I'm very excited because I've been wanting a Life is Strange like series for a while. Like ever since I played the first game, I'm like, this needs to be a TV show. And obviously, like some people are against it having a TV show because, as you know, Life is Strange, it's a choice-based
Yes.
game.
Yes.
So like there's branching paths, different endings, but I still think that no matter what branch you choose or choice you make or whatever, the story is amazing. It's
Yeah.
literally whenever we did our top 5 video games a couple
It
episodes
was your
ago,
number one. Yeah.
this is my number 1, and so the fact that it's getting a TV series, I am so excited for it. I just hope that they do it correctly, and, Amazon has a good track record when
So
it
far,
comes
yes.
to
Yes, they've
video
had good
game,
ones.
uh, adaptations, so I got good faith in it, but, let me, talk a little bit about it. So the show is gonna be written by Charlie Koval, I think I said his name correctly, who is part of Story Kitchen. Square Enix is the video game company that created Life is Strange, and so they're gonna be kind of partnering and writing the story side by side with Story Kitchen, and of course, Amazon is the ones producing it. I'm I really, really hope that it is gonna be as good as the video game series because I love the video game series. I played every single iteration. I think I played the first game maybe 9 or 10 times, even though, like, there's only 2 possible endings. I might get into a little bit of spoilers here, but the game's been out for almost 10 years. If you guys haven't played the game yet, please go play the game. It is literally one of the best games I've ever played. But there are 2 main endings that you can get with some different things that happen in the middle of the game based on what choices you make. But overall, there is 2 main endings that could happen, and that is where I think a lot of people are going to be focused on the TV series, because there is a game that just came out this last year that references the first game and that first ending, and some people were upset with how they chose to reference the endings to that game because you could, depending on your choice, have either ending be canon. Uh, but in both options, they kind of didn't treat it well in this newest game. So people are kind of upset about that. So that's going to be the biggest issue I think with this TV series. But even still, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah. So, I guess with all the different concepts, do you, and this is just me thinking as a storyteller,
Hmm.
would you be upset if, like, let's say we went 5 episodes and then we went 5 episodes in and then all of a sudden we're like, "Let's change our choice," and she doesn't like how far she's gotten into it and she goes back in time and we're back to where we started in episode 1. Would you be
I
upset at that, all that rewinding, or would you enjoy that as a player of the game,
mm,
rewinding constantly? Because to me, that's a big when you've explained this game to me, that is a big deal with this game,
hmm
is there is a lot of
yes,
rewinding and we're redoing our choices. And
yes,
if you're wanting to stick to the game, it's hard to do that without being like, okay, we were just here. Why are we redoing this? Like, I understand why we're redoing this, but I think some audiences could get lost too, especially if a certain group likes the choices built up to that so far, and then we're like, "Oh yeah, erase
and
all of that,
erase every
and
yeah, no,
we're
I get
just gonna
that.
redo it." And I think with a show like this, that may be very hard to do if we're just gonna keep, "Oh, nope, we're not gonna do it. Oh, we're gonna do it. Oh, we're not gonna do it. Oh, we're gonna do," like, I think jerking it around so much could really take an audience out of it. So what do you think about that?
Well, luckily, so this is like a basically like a game function, or a game, like, I don't know what you would call it,
Yeah, it's a game function, it's a
it
way the
it it
game's
it is a game
played. Yeah,
function,
game
but
limitation,
they
yeah.
yeah, there we go, that's the word I'm looking for, limitation. So you can only rewind a certain amount, like maybe the last 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay, so we're not restarting from the game. You don't go 5,
No.
maybe
You
5
can't
hours
you can't
further.
reset, or you can't rewind, like, 5 days past, well, okay, let me rephrase that. She does later get the ability to rewind further into the past. She has to have a picture. If she has a picture of an event that she was at, she can rewind to that moment in the past. And
Gotcha.
that actually does create a huge issue because she gets a picture from like 10 years prior, whenever she was a kid. And she rewinds to that day because, okay, so Max, in the picture that you have right here, Max is the character on the right. She's the one with the power to rewind time. Chloe is the girl with the blue hair, and she's her best friend, her childhood best friend. They became estranged after
Mhm.
Chloe's dad died, and Max moved to Seattle. And then they came back together whenever Max came back to Arcadia Bay, which is where the game takes place. And then they find themselves in the same uh, place in the same time, and they go, "Oh man, what's going on? Hey, let's rekindle our friendship."
And you become friends again.
So
Gotcha.
exactly. And more actually, there is an option where you can make them get together as a couple, which a lot of fans like that is their one true
Or
pair
1-1.
is Max and Chloe, which I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that fandom because the relationship that they build is so amazing. But anyways, you can get that picture and go back to the day that Chloe's dad dies, and then you can save him from dying, which creates an entire different branch in the timeline, which an entire episode of the video game is based on, is this different timeline where Chloe's dad is alive, but because of that different branch in the timeline, Max is an entirely different person, Chloe's an entirely different person, and the relationship that they built is gone. And yeah. So that what you're saying, like, that could make an issue, but it is part of the story as well, is seeing that being an issue. Um, I don't think that they're going to do much of that huge rewinding unless it is integral to the plot of the story. But the tiny bits of rewinding, they're going to do that a lot, I
Yeah,
bet.
well, in you telling me this, I could definitely see, like, an end of season 1, her deciding to go back in time,
Hmm.
save the dad, and then season 2, her dealing with it, kinda like a Flashpoint type of, like a f
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I can see that
kinda
100%.
dealing with something like that. But yeah, no, I think this is gonna be interesting when they get around to it, because there's so many other projects that Amazon is really
Oh,
taking
yeah.
on right now. And
They've got a lot of video game projects in the works.
I mean,
I'm
this
just
thing
glad that this has
is
been added to the list.
yeah, I think this thing is probably at least 5 years out, at least would be my
Maybe.
guess. Like, I mean, good, you already have people on the project, but I mean, a project isn't confirmed until we start having cameras rolling, and that's when it starts really becoming the project. You can have all this word, you can have the script, you can have all this stuff. A script can sit on a shelf for 30 years and never be touched. Like,
Yeah.
we have all these things. I think it's good it's getting its adaptation, because it deserves its flowers. Like, as you said,
Mhm.
and what I've heard from this game, it is really good and it deserves its flowers. And
It does.
I'm glad it's getting a TV series. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
But anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking of this? Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys like, I don't even know what Life is Strange is? Are you guys, just counting down the days till they figure it out and post it on Amazon? Let us know in the comments below. Alrighty then. Moving on. So, a movie that is coming out here within the next 3 weeks or so, and it is my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year, I am so excited for it, is The Smashing Machine. Well, they recently have been doing a lot of different film festivals and going around, and people have had their time to watch the movie and review it. And so far, it's having a really good reaction and reception from the people that are watching this movie. And right now, it is holding a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a total of 56 reviews is what I yeah, 56 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. And the critics are really, really raving about it. We have one here saying one of the most honest films of the year because it dares to look at glory from the other side to tell a story where muscle isn't enough, where strength doesn't save. We have Andrew Webster saying, "What is surprising, though, is just how well Johnson inhabits the role, not just physically, but also with his calm, rational vibe, punctuated by rare bouts of terrifying rage." We have Peter Howell saying, "Supporting performances from real UFC legend and a Kerr cameo add to the palpable naturalism of this sweat fest, which aims for the heart rather than the head." Now, this one is a negative one from Mark Hansen. "Despite the retro aesthetic that Benny Safdie, I hope I said that right, employs to give Mark Core's story a stylish new coat of paint, all that his vision ultimately does is whip up a feeling of deja vu." Another one from Rachel Ho. "Safdie is the undisputed champ of the Smashing Machine." And we'll read one more here from Lauren Bradshaw, which is another negative review. "Despite Dwayne Johnson's mesmerizing performance, The Smashing Mouth is a dull biopic that struggles to contextualize its protagonist in the UFC universe. More uh, egregious is Emily Blunt's criminally underdeveloped role." So, hearing those, I read what, 6 of those, something like that. I
Mhm.
read 6. Hearing these, it makes me excited to see this film, but also it doesn't also seem to be, out of the woods yet and being one of the best movies, coming out yet, and like a big movie. I don't know. I think it's kind of mixed right now. Even though we've got a 79%, that's only 56 reviews. I'm expecting by the
True,
time this
true.
movie comes out and when it's over, we're probably going to have another 75 to 100 reviews on this. Like, I don't know where this will end. I personally believe that it'll probably end with like an 82%, but I don't think it moves much higher than 79%. And if I think it goes lower, probably into the 75 or the 76 range, Rotten Tomatoes wise. I'm
Right.
I'm excited for this movie. I really am. I wonder how it's going to turn out because I see how it's like you had that one review where it's like they're completely feeling like this was just a dull performance. Like, I just didn't love how these performers acted, which is completely fine. If that did not work for you, that didn't work for you. And then you have other people that are like, well, this just feels like the same old from this director. And you're like, we want different things. So
Well, what other projects has he done, Benny Safdie?
that's a good one.
Uh, he
You have to
did
say that one.
Uncut Gems, which I think that was that Adam Sandler movie, right?
I think, yeah.
Good Time, which is an American crime thriller.
Yes, it is a Adam
Heaven
Sandler one.
Heaven Knows What. Uh, I don't think I've seen hardly any of these movies, so
This
I
one
can't speak
looks
to him.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're a pairing, they're brothers, it looks like, and so
Okay,
they did Happy Gilmore 2, they were part of Oppenheimer, it
okay,
looks like, so they weren't the director on Happy Gilmore 2, but it looks like they were involved somehow, but
okay.
yeah, this looks like probably their
Yeah,
biggest
their biggest
one. And I mean,
yeah.
but I think the thing that really boosts it here is you have 2 of the biggest actors in the world. You have Emily Blunt, and then you have
Yes.
the biggest action star in the world in The Rock. But
Mhm.
I have been so excited for this movie because The Rock to me looks great in this movie. And I
Oh,
am
yeah.
so
No, for
happy
sure.
to finally see The Rock actually doing some serious acting and prove the people wrong that saying he can't act. Like I've I've understood the complaints. I've understood it just because all he really does is action films. I 100% get where they're coming from, but
Well, I mean, but he's good at action films, but I get
yeah,
him
yeah.
wanting to branch out and do a more
And I think
emotional
this is a
movie, and
perfect one for him to do,
oh, definitely,
especially
because
being from that
it's
kind of world.
still right, yeah, it's still a physical movie, and he's
Yeah,
got the he's got
the
that physical
physique.
prowess,
Yeah.
but, no, it's very much a more emotional based story, which he definitely needs that under his belt.
I would love for him to get an Oscar, dude. I would love for him to get the Oscar. I don't know,
If
and
he
I won't
does, that'd be cool.
I and that's the buzz coming out of this too, is even though, like, we read that one that was saying it was dull, there are still other people that are like, "Yeah, he could possibly win the Oscar for this one."
Mhm.
It really depends on what the rest of the movies are from now until February, because February is Oscars, I'm pretty sure, if I remember
Right.
right. Yeah, February is Oscars. So, like, it just depends, and I'm excited to see it in a couple of weeks, but seeing these reviews kinda had me a little mixed. I didn't lower my excitement for the movie, but it also didn't make me feel confident that I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." Like,
Yeah, it's gonna
80%.
be the best movie of the
Yeah,
year, yeah.
80% is still very is still, 79% is still very high, and there's an 8 out of 10 chance by critic standards that I will like this movie.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I definitely feel though, if anybody wins something, even if it's not The Rock, I feel like there should be some type of Oscar nomination for the transformation that the makeup department did to him in the
Oh, yeah,
prosthetic.
absolutely, because yeah, he looks like I looked at
He
some
looks
pictures
like Mark
of
Kerr. Like
Mark
that's
Kerr. Yeah, he very much does, and, he's slimmed down a bunch because
yeah.
Rock's always been a big dude, but he slimmed down a bunch for this movie, got into a more I don't
Well,
wanna
he
say
had to.
athletic physique, but
It was because of he probably wanted to get as close to Mark Kerr's weight as he could.
right.
And so, I mean, that's a big thing with the fighting. You have to be certain weights. So
Yes.
he probably was trying to get to Mark Kerr's weight. And so, like, I thought it was really funny. There was people that were like, "Oh, Rock's losing a lot of weight. Rock's losing too much weight. What's happened to the Rock? He used to be massive." Because he was at the premiere for the movie, and
Oh, yeah.
I was like, guys, he lost the weight for the role. Like,
For the role,
I
yeah,
don't know what
but
to tell you.
it is a big transformation, though. You go
Oh yeah.
from how he looked, in the Jumanji movies and the Black Adam movie,
How he
like
is in WWE, like, yeah,
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 no, he's a huge dude. Well, he is a huge dude for his size because
yeah,
I've seen pictures, of him standing next to, like, people like Shaq, and you're like sitting there's like, Dwayne's pretty big, but god dang, Shaq's huge.
and then you have pictures of him next to Kevin Hart, you're like, "Oh, Dwayne must
Yeah.
be massive, he's like Goliath."
Yeah. It all depends on who you're standing with, and maybe that's why he
Perspective.
does so many movies with Kevin Hart, to make him look that much
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah, that's what it is, that's what it is.
I got one bad piece of news for you.
Oh, no.
When you were talking about the movie earlier,
Yeah?
you said Smashing Mouth
Did
again.
I really? Oh my
You
gosh,
did.
guys, I have been struggling so much with saying the Smashing Mouth, like, anytime I talk to Paul, I'm like, "Can't wait to see Smashing Mouth," and he's like, "You mean Machine?" I'm like,
Somebody.
"Yeah." Guys, it's been getting me for the past month that we've been covering this movie, and oh my gosh,
I
it'll
know,
be the
well,
bane of
you
my existence.
you start saying something and your brain just goes along with
Yeah,
whatever, pops in, but no, The Smashing Machine, I think it's gonna be a pretty good movie. You've
oh,
been
I'm
way
excited.
more excited for it than I am
Yeah, and
because
like I said, it's
I'm
not.
just not a sports guy.
Yeah, like, I am mainly it's because of The Rock, but also
Mhm.
because, I mean, I don't mi I like watching UFC from time to time. Like, I wasn't around when Mark Kerr was fighting, but I did, I've seen his fights, I've heard of him.
Right.
It is interesting to kinda see the early days of UFC and kinda how they did it because it was a lot different than it is now, a lot different.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard some stories, like, from, oh, what's his name? The Mark Rogan,
Yeah,
right?
but,
Like, his p t not Mark Rogan. Is it Mark Rogan?
oh, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, gosh,
I
it's
was like, "Mark?"
see,
What?
I'm not a sports guy, guys. But anyway,
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, whenever he talked about the old school UFC
Oh, yeah.
days on his podcast, is like some of the stuff he says, like, whoa, that's absolutely crazy. But
Mhm. Yeah, it was
I
it was a
think
lot different, like, you would have 2 random dudes, like, that you didn't care about weight, you didn't care about anything, 2 random dudes, "Oh, you wanna
it's like
fight? Fight,
let's
yeah."
put him in the ring
Sumo
and go.
wrestler versus 5'8", dude that knows how to do karate, like, "Let's see
Yeah,
who wins this," like, and that's how it was, and then now it's, weight classes,
much
we've got
much
different
more regulated
there
and
yep,
yeah,
there's new strategies with it and what you learn how to fight and all that, but
yeah.
anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking of the Smashing Machine reviews? Are you guys, excited from what you guys have heard? Are you guys has it lessened your excitement? Are you guys even gonna go see this movie? Let us know in the comments below. Alrighty, guys, moving on. So today, out of nowhere, like really nobody was expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. And my phone starts blowing up right before I have class from Paul, my dad, and a couple of my other friends, just like, Jacob, did you see Mario got announced? And I was like, what? And I watched it and I'm like, oh, so Mario 2 has finally been announced, and they're going to
Mhm.
adapt Mario Galaxy, which I don't think anybody expected them to do, especially because the last one did not tease Mario Galaxy, it teased more Mario and Yoshi. So, I mean, I
Yeah,
think Yoshi
yeah.
will still be in this movie, but it was, oh, wow. And there wasn't, to my knowledge, there was no release date or year, was there? Did
Let
they
me go
announce
take a
it
look.
later in a Twitter or something? Or I mean, an X?
Yeah, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
April 3rd, 2026.
So, wow, we're coming out.
It's really close.
Well, this is
Oh, it was from the Nintendo Direct today. We talked
yeah,
about
I was
that. They were gonna
assuming it
release
was
the
that's what I was
Nintendo
thinking
Direct.
too. Nintendo Direct speaking of that, guys, me and Paul made a joke the other day when we usually have a little meeting halfway through the week talking about things coming up and what topics we wanna talk about, and Paul was like, "Yeah, they're having a Nintendo Direct," and we were both like, "Who cares?" Like,
Yeah,
Nintendo Directs, they
because
don't announce anything really, and then
most of the time it's just like, "Hey, remember this thing? We updated it. Cool."
yeah, and so then
So,
they were just
this
like,
is a huge news that they dropped.
"Pop, Mario,
Yep.
pop."
Yeah, somebody.
So, yeah,
But
wow. I'm surprised they did not put that unless I am blind, but the video that I saw, they did not put the release date at all, which you think they would have.
it's the poster, that they released with it says the release date.
Okay. So the
So the
post
the trailer itself didn't say it, but the poster did.
awesome. So, yeah, we're less than we are wow, that is really close.
It
I
is, and considering how long it takes to make an animated movie, like, when did the first Mario movie come out? It wasn't that long ago,
24,
was it?
24, 23. So
2023, yeah.
that's 23. So
So,
that's 3
3
years.
years,
That's
but
3
even
years.
still, dude, 3 years is
I'm
a very short turnaround.
Yes, but I'm willing to bet they were already a year into production into this movie by the time the first one came out.
They probably were because it was
Willing
whenever
to
the
bet.
first Super Mario, movie came out, it became the biggest animated movie of all time.
Yeah, and it was
So that
popular, and I really enjoyed the first one. I'm not and
Oh, yeah,
to put
same here.
to put knowledge on it, guys, I am not a big Mario person. Like my here's where my Mario comes in. Mario Kart 8. That's where it comes in for me. And I've played the original Mario Kart as well. But Mario Kart is where it is when it comes to any Mario stuff because I've
Mhm.
never I mean I have played the original Mario and Super Mario Bros. Like I have played them, but
Like the NES version?
yep, I
Yeah.
have. I have played them and they're fine. I mean, I'm just not the biggest. Don't
Well, I mean, to be fair, those
at the
games
for
came
the
out
time. Yeah.
40 years ago. I
Yeah,
mean
for the time they were massive, but yeah, I've never been the biggest Mario, but the movie, I really liked the movie. The movie was
Oh, yeah.
fun. You had
Absolutely.
everything. I didn't think I was gonna like Jack Black as Bowser, but it was perfect.
He stole the show,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
It
Like,
was it was amazing.
gosh, he just
Um, I'm trying to think who else was in that. So Chris Pratt obviously
Chris
is
Pratt,
Mario.
yeah.
He was okay. I mean, I'm tired of Chris Pratt getting voice acting roles for all these animated characters, but
Yeah.
he did okay as Mario.
Anya
Uh,
Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, she did good. Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad,
Yeah,
and then Seth Rogen was, Donkey Kong,
but he's
but
not returning. They did
that's what
not
I was about to say.
yeah,
I didn't see him
yeah.
as coming back.
They
Interesting.
he is not returning so far. Who knows?
So
But
far.
also, I mean, it's not a Donkey Kong movie. Like,
True,
I'm
true.
not worried that he's not like, Donkey Kong did not make or break the movie for me. Like, Donkey Kong was nice to see, it was fun to see,
Mhm.
but Donkey Kong does not it's not a Donkey Kong movie. So,
Well,
I mean,
especially since this is gonna be based on the Mario Galaxy
yeah,
game, and
exactly.
Donkey Kong has nothing to do with that game. But,
Exactly.
okay, you were saying that they didn't tease Mario Galaxy in the first movie. That's not exactly correct.
How did they do it then?
The little star guy.
Well,
Whenever Luigi was in prison, the little star guy, that was from
yeah,
Mario
yeah,
Galaxy.
yeah, I'll give you that, but, like, usually your end credit scene kinda teases where we're going in the next one, so I think a lot of us,
Oh, yeah, well, that's
easy to
true.
say, like, we were all like, "Oh, so we're gonna get
Oh, Yoshi.
next
Well,
Yoshi
I would've most of us would have thought, it goes from Super Mario Bros. To Super Mario World.
World."
That was the next big one, and then you do Galaxy, and then Super Mario Odyssey, which that was the last Super Mario game I played, and I loved Odyssey. Odyssey was so much fun.
Yeah, I it'll be fun. I like it. I really like the animation style for it as well. I think
Oh,
the
yeah, they
world
did a
is
great
so
job.
colorful, and I think it's modern enough to be great, but it doesn't take away from Mario. Like, it's still Mario, and it's still
Mhm.
Luigi, and it's still all the characters you love, and they just do a nice little update. I've always really liked Illumination's animation style though. Like, I like Despicable
Oh,
Me.
yeah.
I've liked
They have a
Despicable
great
Me's.
studio for that.
I've really enjoyed what else did they do? I know they did the Minions, they did Despicable Me. What else does Illumination what did they
Illumination, I think, Secret Life of Pets.
Secret
I think
Life of
that's
Pets?
them.
Yeah, that's a fun those are fun animated, like, but I always like Illumination, and I think they do a kick-ass job with Mario, and
Mhm, they really
Mario
do. I
is
mean, that movie brought them so much money, so they
Oh,
were
yeah,
immediately like,
yeah.
so, "We need make more, we need to make
More,
more."
more, now, 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 and like I said, I really do think they were probably a year into production of this movie by the time they released the other one.
I
Like
don't doubt it.
they probably maybe not the script was done, but the script probably was handed into the desk by the time
Mhm,
the first movie came out, and then they were probably just revising it, and they were like, "Yep, let's go." Like,
right,
because I remember when the first one came out, they had greenlit the second one within, like, announcements for it that they had greenlit it when it came out,
right.
like, a month
Oh, it was
later or so, within a month.
it was probably less than that, honestly, but, yeah, no, it was very much like, "Okay, we need to strike while the iron's hot, get another movie ready to go." A Mario Galaxy movie is the fact that it's Mario Galaxy, I think, is what
Yeah.
is shocking most people,
Well, yeah,
but
because you don't think you're going to Galaxy instantly. Like, people are just like, What? We're already going to Galaxy? Like, we're completely."
it
So,
is it's a very well received game, like, the Super
oh, yeah,
Mario
but
Galaxy
people are
game
just they were thinking that was
is
gonna be the 3rd one in the trilogy, not right
right,
now. But
but, like, that's one that, like, most people say, like, one of the best Mario games ever, so I guess, they're, like, trying to hit the big ones. I doubt we're gonna get a Super Mario Sunshine game, but that was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
so now here's the I'll ask one more question before we move on to the next topic. But
Okay.
do you think this movie gets more than Avengers Doomsday? Because I'm looking at the 2026 slate, and I'm
Hmm.
thinking this is probably the biggest competition for Doomsday. I would say I'm
Um
looking at 2026, and that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Right. Well, let me go take a look. So, the first Super Mario Brothers, I want to see how much it made in the box office because it
Oh,
was the
it,
biggest
it made
animated
a
movie
billion.
of all time. I'm sure it made 1 billion. I just want to see
Was it all of
exactly how
all time, or
much.
was I think it or was it just for that week? I
No,
mean,
no, no.
that that year.
It was the biggest animated movie of all time at that time, at least. Let me check it out. Yeah, we're both typing furiously. Okay, here we go. Super Mario Brothers box office. $1.36 billion dollars, the most successful the most successful video game adaptation to
Yeah, I was about to
date.
say, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause Inside Out
But
2 and Frozen 2 and all that, I was like,
oh, well, yeah,
that's not
yeah,
right.
Disney movies, of course, but no, okay, so yeah, $1.36 billion, which is pretty awesome. I don't know. So the fact that it is an animated movie, the fact that it is a kids movie makes it to where, it gets a wider audience. More people are going to go see it because it's available for more people.
Yes, here's where I argue this though, and I think, ultimately, I think Avengers Doomsday is gonna beat it. For one, Marvel is off of 2 big wins right now. You got 2 big wins with
Mhm.
Thunderbolts and
And
Fantastic Four. So
Fantastic Four.
you're got a
Mhm.
good lead up. Also, you have a year. You've had a year and a you're having a year and yeah, a year and a half with no Marvel movies. So people are going to be hyped about that. Another thing, Deadpool and Wolverine, a rated R movie, mind you,
Mhm.
made $1.3 billion. Dollars. That is only 300,000 less than the 1.6. And
Okay.
I really think that Doomsday probably will. I think it may be a close race at the beginning, but I think Doomsday will really, if it is good, if it is a good
If
movie
it is a good movie,
and we
yes,
get
that's the
repeat
big thing.
viewers, it'll pass this. Now, I think
Okay.
Mario Galaxy will probably be the top rated. Well, I don't know, because you also have Toy Story 5 coming out next year. So you think,
Yeah, but okay, like Toy Story, Pixar, Disney, like that's gonna get it a huge amount of people, and of course, all of us who grew up with Toy Story are gonna go watch it. But it feels crazy. I'm kind of getting Toy Story fatigue.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
the last one did make 1.07 billion dollars.
Toy Story 4 did.
Toy Story 4 did, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
So,
I don't see Toy Story 5 reaching that much then.
I honestly don't know if Toy Story 4 even gets $1 billion.
The Toy Story 5, you mean?
So 5, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think
No,
it makes
I
$1 billion.
don't think so either. Because, like I said, I'm getting Toy Story fatigue. Honestly, we should have stopped after Toy Story 3. That was the
Perfect,
perfect
perfect,
end
perfect.
perfect end to the trilogy. But then they're like, "No, more money, please, more money." So,
Spend some
but I
change.
but I think that, Super Mario, people love the first movie and people are hungry for more. It's got the potential to
And it
make
hits
even
little
more
kids,
than
but
the
also
first one.
adults. It hits little
Yes.
kids and adults, and you mix that family dynamic together to where, mom and dad are nostalgic of the
Mhm.
Mario games, and even grandma and grandpa. Like, grandma and grandpa know everybody knows Mario.
Oh, yeah.
You say
Oh,
Mario,
yeah.
it is a worldwide brand. Everybody knows Mario. Unless you live on a deserted island, you know who Mario and Luigi are. You know who they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking about it? Are you guys excited for this movie? Are you guys just like, it's Mario, who cares? Are you guys just counting down the days till April 3rd of next year? Let us know in the comments below. Alrighty. Completely switching gears, guys. From Mario, now we've got a flip on its head to a little bit of horror in Resident Evil 9. Another out of nowhere that I got a bunch of texts about was a Resident Evil 9 new trailer that came out today. And I'm over here like, what did they not just release something 2 weeks ago? Like,
Yeah, no,
we're
they did,
we're
but
releasing more, and they are doubling down and keep going, and it's just gotten better, dude. I was this trailer, I was like, "This is cool. We're getting a little bit more story in this one." This is a true trailer compared to last one,
yes.
where it's
Yeah,
more like
last
a
one was more
gameplay
gameplay,
trailer,
yeah.
yeah, mesh. This one was a true trailer, and we finally get a look of who I'm thinking is the main villain of this story, and he's, as
Mhm.
you guys can see, he's right here behind us. But oh, he looks cool, dude.
He does, he
He
looks
looks
very creepy.
cool. He looks like a scientist, he looks like an experimentalist, and I am so
Yeah.
excited. I
I'm just based off of his look, I'm getting, like, serious, like, Jigsaw type vibes, like, he's, like, sitting there like, "Oh, I have Raccoon City as a playground. I'm going to
and that's what I think
make
it
all
is.
these creepy monsters, and I'm gonna kidnap people and put them into my playground." It's like, that's 100% what this guy looks like.
Well, and we're also doing a mystery, it sounds like, too, with her being part of the FBI and trying
Mhm.
to figure
Yeah,
out
like,
these
figure out what's going
murders.
on with these yeah, these, weird grisly murders, which, that's how the first Resident Evil game started was grisly murders happening in the Arklay Mountains, trying to figure out what's going on, and it's like, alright, so we're kinda getting a little bit of a Resi 1 kinda stuff going on,
This
and
mystery looks cool, and I really
Mhm.
do. Jigsaw is a great. I also get was his name Heisenberg from Village, the guy that was the mechanical dude that had the
Yeah,
factory.
I think that was his name.
I'm getting the same vibes. He was more mechanical and made mechanical monsters. This guy's
Right.
taking the zombies probably and changing them. I am really excited, and this could be a pie in the sky idea. What if he is possibly the do you remember the dad who had his little girl in a bunker, and he would say she was a zombie, and he had her locked away, and he owned the gun store. He owned the gun store in
Oh.
2 and 3. I know this is pie in the sky, but maybe he survived this and his daughter I mean, this is really pie in the sky here, guys.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know, I'm kinda getting vibes too that he
I I don't think
kinda
so
looks like
because
him, but
there was a Resident Evil 2 DLC where you got to play as that guy. God, what was his name? He's the gun store owner, and of course I'm
yeah.
blanking on his name.
And
I know who you're talking
he
about.
tried to stay with his daughter even though she had already turned.
Yes, yes. Well, there is a DLC where you can like play as him, and I think try to escape Raccoon City. I never played that DLC, but yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like that's his type of deal.
Mhm.
This feels more like Umbrella Scientist,
And
like
that's
forgotten.
you brought up a perfect point,
Oh
Umbrella.
yeah,
We are finally getting back to Umbrella, and I love that. Like, yes, we had
yes.
the
The Umbrella
teases.
logo was shown in the trailer.
We had teases in 7 and 8. Yes, we had the teases. I get it. This one, we're like, "Oh, no, we are fully going back to him," and it is perfect. I'm like, "Finally,
Hmm.
we're getting back to Umbrella." I I just really hope that this guy is his I hope one of 2 things. He's not connected to Wesker at all. I just don't want Wesker. I'm tired. I get Wesker. Wesker's cool. Let Wesker be dead. Let him be dead. Let him be dead. But I also hope that if they do a twist on this character, I hope it's clever and it's somebody that we know and we care about. Like, I hope he has some type of connection because
Right.
Resident Evil has always, to me, has had some great twists. Like, there have been some good. To me, the one that really speaks out is an 8 when you realize Ethan's been dead the whole time.
Oh yeah, that was blew my mind. It's like, oh my gosh, that's why the goop juice works. Like,
Well, it's that, and
whoa,
that's like that's how we survived everything. Like,
everything. Yeah.
he literally gets the shit kicked out of him in both games. So I think I hope they come up with a clever way, and I think they will. Like,
Oh, I'm sure.
they have pretty much ever since 6 have been like, "You know what? We messed up. 5 and 6 were kind of a step back, more 6 than 5."
Oh, big time.
They're like, let's reset, let's regroup, let's make some great remakes and make our good combat, and then let's start making some good stories again." And they
Yeah.
really are. They really are. And I really can't wait. And this game comes out in February, dude. February. We're
Yeah.
right
No.
around the corner.
Yeah. 2026 is stacked for both video games and movies,
And
which
then
is
Like
awesome.
March, then we get 007. We're
Yeah.
gonna get Batman at some point. Like, we are stacked for 2026, and we're gonna start the year off great with this one. And I really am
Yeah.
excited for how this
Same
game is
here. I
gonna
mean,
turn out.
I'm just happy to go back to Raccoon City because that's
Yes,
where
me too.
that's where it started for me, dude.
Mm.
Like that, I played. I think I did play Resident Evil 1 before I played Resident Evil 2, but Resident Evil 2 was the one that I played the most.
And the
I
remake of it is awesome.
And the remake is amazing. Yes, and like it brought me back to whenever I was a kid playing the originals, but just the feeling of Raccoon City, it feels like a real place,
Yeah.
and going back there after all this time, and like you said, I really hope that the villain is somebody that, we find out or know about from previous iterations, because obviously the main character is from a former game, Grace Ashcroft, because her mom was in the Resident Evil. Oh,
Code
not
Code Red? Or
no, it's not Code
Veronica?
Veronica, not Revelations. Oh my gosh, I forgot what game shit series she was from. It was like it's not a main game series. It's a Resident Evil series that is like a little bit more strategy based instead of like shooter based, where you play multiple characters at the same time. And Alyssa Ashcroft was one of those characters that you play as. Oh man,
Ash
what was it?
great, great, oh, wait. Ashley Ashcroft, right?
No, no, Alyssa Ashcroft. Oh, here it is. Resident Evil Outbreak. That was the game.
Outbreak, that's what it was.
Yeah. No, and it was basically just like you're playing a big group of just survivors in Raccoon City, and they all could die or none could die. Like it was very cool how like all the different things that could happen.
Well, and we gotta see too how her mom's connected to all this because it seems like these whoever's hunting them also had a very personal connection to their mom as well,
Absolutely.
to
And
Grace's
that's why I think like there's got to be some connection to Outbreak and what happened in those games to bring it all the way up to where we're at now. And of course, it's gonna be I hope it's gonna be an amazing game because I love these Resident Evil
I think it
games.
will. I hope we do get a good mystery on what's going on, and
Yeah,
I hope
absolutely.
we get because that was my big thing with 8 is I didn't love like, it was still fun and the gameplay was really cool, and I love the werewolves.
Mhm.
Werewolves were fun to fight. I didn't like the villains all felt kind of one note to me in all of it. Like they
Right.
all felt really because you didn't really know them. There was no connections to them. Like they were just it was a village and yeah. So I
Well, it
really
was kinda like well, you talked about Resident Evil 7, how each member of the Baker family was a different horror movie
and they
trope.
did the same in 8 as
They
well.
did the same in 8, like, you had the werewolves, you had the vampires, you had the puppet, the creepy baby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I ooh, that entire
Yeah,
sequence
you
was
you had
mm.
the crazy
And
mad
then
scientist.
the mad scientist and the frogman. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
there
that one was
that one
interesting.
was weird.
That one
But,
was
yeah
interesting. Still not a bad game though.
it's not a bad game, but, like, they did try to do the same thing where each villain is a different, different type of,
Yeah.
character, different type of monster, but I think 7 did a better job of it.
Yes. Yeah.
8 felt very much like, "We're gonna mash them together, like, here's a castle, and there's a vampire in the castle, but then also, here's this house right next to it that has a bunch of puppets. Oh,
Yeah.
and then there's a lake with the frogman." It's like, I I don't see where these things kind of, mesh
Yeah,
together.
and so I hope they keep one central villain this time. One
Yes,
central
one
villain,
central villain,
you
a
can
couple
have
of mini villains
yeah,
like
mini
the
villains.
creature that we run away from in that gameplay trailer.
Yeah, or
Like
like when we had in 4 with the dude in the trench coat, like, that guy was a mini type of villain or whatever. So, the one
you
that
mean Resident Evil
injects
2?
no, 4, the one with the trench coat where he injects Leon with the virus, the one that injects Leon with the virus, he wears a trench coat, like a brown
You talking
trench
about
coat.
Sa you talking about Sattler?
No, 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 no. There was that dude, you fight it he's the first mini boss that he's the first boss.
Oh,
Yes.
Mendez, Chief Mendez.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yes. Okay, I'm
You
with you
got me
now.
now? You got me? You following
Yes.
me?
Well, I mean, in Resident Evil 2, you had Mr. X following you around all
No,
over
I
the
get it,
place.
and he but he was Resident Evil 2, he was, X was a main villain, so for Leon's story.
Kind
Well, for
of,
Leon's
yeah.
story, he was the main bad guy. He was the
He was the boss that you had to fight at the end. Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's true, that's true.
and I mean, mini bad guy, you had the,
Birkin,
yeah, the dude
G-Virus
well, no, yeah, you had Birkin, but he was also the main for,
for Claire.
Claire, no, I'm talking about was it the warden? No, the one that had that was
Oh,
getting the
the police
kids.
chief?
Yes, the police chief, there we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was in Claire's story, yeah.
yeah, so he
But,
was more of a
he wasn't really a person that you had to fight, though, like, he was just had
no, true.
a couple of cutscenes here and there, and then friggin' Mr. X takes care of him or no, not Mr. X, Birkin takes care of him,
Yeah, but
so.
Anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking of this new trailer? Are you guys excited for Resident Evil 9? Are you guys like, I don't really care about Resident Evil 9? Are you guys like, oh, I'm saying the hell away from Resident Evil 9? This looks creepy as hell. Let us know in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's time for this week's weekly ranking. And this week, me and Paul thought we would rank our top 5 DCU fan castings. So these are our fan castings. So here's what we kind of put parameters on. One, we've decided what were 5, well, 5 plus our honorable mention. What were those 6 characters that we want to see in the DCU? Where do we kind of want to see? Do like doesn't matter what character. And then we were like, okay, who would we want to play those characters? Who would we want? So we picked 6, and these are our lists. You will see that our lists vary very much. There is no
Very different.
usually we have some similarities. There are no similarities this week.
Nah,
So
not this time.
starting off, send it over to the ranking room. Paul, we'll start with you.
Okay, so I focus mostly on heroes. There are specific heroes I want to see, need to see in the DCU. My honorable mention is a character and an actress that have already been in a DC movie, and that's Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress. She was in the Birds of Prey movie, which that movie was okay. I feel like it basically got hijacked by Harley Quinn and turned into her movie. But even still, I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She is like my celebrity crush. I've been obsessed with her since Scott Pilgrim came out. But I loved how she portrayed Huntress in this movie. So I would love to see her come back either as Huntress again, because James Gunn, he's okay with bringing back actors that have played characters in DC movies before.
Well, and it seems like too he has talked possibly about Margot Robbie coming back as Harley Quinn as well.
Oh,
So,
because can you imagine another person in that role?
well, that and then when they've kind of made Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad
Yeah.
is, quote unquote canon. So, well, I mean, since if Margot Robbie comes back, there's a possibility that
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead can come back, and I would love that, even as Huntress or as a different character. I think someone said that she would play a pretty good Zatanna, and I would be okay with that too. But yeah, that's my honorable mention. So now getting into the top 5. Number 5, I would love to see Sophia Lillis as Batgirl slash Oracle. She has done an amazing job in the movies that she's been in. She was excellent in the It movies as the young version of I forget the name of the character, but you know who I'm talking about. The girl of the group of the Losers Club. But she's been a great actress in all the movies that she's been in, and I think she could be a very good Batgirl. I think so. Moving
Beverly
on.
Marsh for
Yes,
your
thank
there
you,
you go.
Beverly. Thank you, sir. Moving on to my number 4, Samara Weaving as Black Canary. Samara Weaving is also an amazing actress, but she is, I think, the modern scream queen in like Ready or Not and a couple of the other horror movies she's been in. She was in Scream 6, I think, at the beginning, whenever she gets killed by one of the film students.
Yes, yes, and then, she was also in the babysitter
The
was that
Babysitter
on
series, yeah.
yeah, on
She so
Netflix.
she sh she's a great scream queen, which is why I put her as Black Canary. If you've heard Samara Weaving scream in some of those movies, especially in Ready or Not, she has this banshee-like scream that is just piercing, and it's amazing, and I think that that would lend very well to being the Black Canary of the DCU. So, that's why I put her in that list. Moving on to number 3, Patrick Schwarzenegger as Nightwing. So we already had a very great Nightwing in the Titans TV show, played by Brenton Thwaites. I think I said his name correctly. He looks very much like Nightwing. He looks awesome. Did you ever watch the Titans show?
I did and didn't, so I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I never could get into it. I
Fair
also
enough.
just I mean, it's really hard because the first season is hard to get through, the first couple
It
seasons.
is. They because whenever DC made their own app and then they're like, "Hey, come watch our shows. We're super edgy and cool." The whole Titans trailer where Robin slash
F
Nightwing
Batman.
breaks a guy's neck and says F Batman, I think a lot of people are like, "What? Why?" But
Yeah, yeah, especially
the
because Dick Grayson is not like that at all.
no, not at all. But the show got better as the series went
Once it
on.
got taken over by HBO is when it got better, and
Yes,
I
yes.
think I also just never loved the castings that they did. Besides that casting, I did not like
No,
the
and
other castings for the Titans. To me, they
no,
were
I agree. And that's why that's the only reason I mentioned Brenton Thwaites is because he was great as Nightwing, and the rest of the cast, meh. I
well,
mean,
also, where the hell was Cyborg?
he was over on Doom Patrol for some
Oh,
reason.
yeah. Anyways, getting back to the
I don't
list,
know why.
though.
Anyways, Patrick Schwarzenegger, I think, would be a great, great Nightwing. He's got that physicality. He's got that look. He's that young, chiseled. He could be like a maybe an older Nightwing, not a 20-year-old Nightwing, but maybe an older one. Because we are doing that, not Brave and Bold, dynamic duo show which is supposed to have Nightwing and Robin. I think he would
Red
be
Hood.
great as. Oh,
Red
is it
Hood.
Nightwing and Red Hood? Oh, my
Yes.
bad. But I think he would be great as Nightwing for that show, a little bit more of an older version. Plus, he was one of the characters in Gen V as a young superhero, and he did great in that. So that's why I put him there. Also, I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, so got to give props to his kids. Moving on, Charlie Hunnam as Green Arrow, which I think this is a lot of people's fan cast for Green Arrow. He looks like Oliver Queen, especially with that goatee, slick back hair. I think he would be a great option. He is a little bit older. He's I believe in his 40s, but hey, that's okay. We can have an older Green Arrow. I
You
think
just have
that
to be
he would.
careful.
You do have to be
Just because, I
careful.
mean, with the DCU, he's probably signing on for not at one time 15 years to play Green Arrow, but he's probably gonna play the character for 15 years. Like,
Probably. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of movies to go, which I
yeah.
get probably why that's why you would want a more younger actor to play,
Mhm.
but I couldn't think of anybody else that fits that role. I mean,
I get it.
Stephen Amell did amazing as Green Arrow,
Well, and
but
also it depends on what Green Arrow you're doing because Stephen
true,
Amell played a
true.
very good serious Green Arrow.
Yes.
Serious Green Arrow, great, but if you're gonna do a comic book kinda accurate Green Arrow
Yeah,
where
yeah, the more comedic
boxing
and
glove arrow, which I think James
yeah.
Gunn is probably going to do.
Yeah, because he wants to be more comic accurate.
Yeah, you've gotta go with more of a actor that can play that silliness, but also be serious when shit hits the
When
fan.
needed. Yes, exactly, and I think Charlie Hunnam can do that because he's done some serious roles. Sons of Anarchy is one of my top 10 favorite shows of all time, and, he's done some more goofy roles as well, but I think he could fit there. And moving on to my number 1, Glenn Powell as the Flash. I need a Flash. Flash is my favorite DC character, but,
Barry
I
Allen or Wally
love
West, though?
Barry Allen. In this for Glenn Powell, I
Yeah,
would want
that's
Barry Allen.
okay. Yep.
For if I was casting a Wally West, I would try to get a more younger version,
Younger? Yeah, no.
but the thing that's always bothered me, I love Grant Gustin as the Flash, he was great, I love the show. But I hate it's the Spider-Man effect. People think, "Oh, we gotta make our actors young so we can do the origin story and all this other stuff." It's like, you don't have to. You can have a more mature superhero, and I think Glenn Powell as a little bit more older version of the Flash, even though he's only like 35, he looks older than that. He looks very mature for his age. And I think that he could pull off a more mature Flash, like a Flash that has been working as a CSI for Central
A
City Police
while.
Department for a while, and then either he gets his powers or he's had them for a while, but he's kept himself on the down low until all these other metahumans started popping up, and he's like, "Hey, I could be more of myself." And he could do the comedic version of the Flash very, very well.
Oh, yeah, the one that he did with Sydney Sweeney, like 2 years ago or last year, the comedy that he did with her, I thought
Mhm.
was really funny, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. I also bringing up Wally West earlier, but you could then also have Wally West incorporated with this with
You
him
could,
and
absolutely.
him do like a Spider-Man and Miles Morales thing where it's like he could be teaching Wally West the ropes. So you
Yeah,
could add
no,
that as well.
that would be great, and I would love to see that, but I love Flash. It's always been my favorite DC character, so I need him. I need him in the DCU. Please, James Gunn, please bring the Flash in. If you put Glenn Powell as Flash, I'll be forever grateful, but just please bring the Flash to the DCU.
Oh,
And
he will. But
oh,
run
he
it
will,
down for us
eventually.
again. Run us down your list.
Alright. So, honorable mention was Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress, Sophia Lillis as Batgirl for number 5, Samara Weaving as Black Canary for number 4, Patrick Schwarzenegger as Nightwing for number 3, Charlie Hunnam, Green Arrow for number 2, and Glenn Powell as the Flash, Barry Allen Flash for number 1.
Awesome sauce, awesome sauce. Well, guys, we'll move over to my list, and my list is very different. So, as Paul's was very hero heavy, I have always been a villain guy. I love villains. I think villains so much cooler than heroes. They just look cooler. I love villains. So I did a lot more villains. So starting off with my honorable mention, I have Ray Fiennes as Brainiac, and I really want Brainiac, first of all. I think Brainiac would do great as whether or not you do him as just a Superman villain, but if you do him as a Justice League villain, even better. I fell in love with Brainiac really hardcore when Injustice 2 came out, and I have loved the way that they've done Brainiac. And so I hope they do that kind of version of Brainiac where he's got like all these Dr. Octopus arms and he's just I would love that. So,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
think Ray
definitely.
Fiennes would play it perfectly, and if he played it like he did, the guy in what was that cooking movie that he
The
did?
Menu, no, I was
The
just about to talk
Menu.
about that.
If
No, that
he did it like The Menu and talked like that and had that monotone voice, oh my gosh, he'd be a threatening brainiac. You wouldn't know where he's going in his mind. Oh, he'd be such a cold killer and he can play a villain well. I'm not saying Voldemort is like Brainiac at all, but he played Voldemort awesome. So
yes.
I think Brainiac would be great for him. So
Yeah, no, and I was gonna mention The Menu because I'm like, so it was like that was one of his best roles. So yeah, I was gonna say that. So I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
all right, moving on to number 5. I have Carl Urban as General Zod. And a lot of people I understand are kind of like, I don't want Zod in the DC universe. Also, they're like, well, why would we need him after, we realize Krypton, they're all bad guys kind of, and at least from the message that we got in Superman. But I would love Carl Urban as Zod. Carl Urban
Oh
is
yeah,
awesome. Me and Paul sing Carl Urban's praises constantly on this podcast because we love Carl Urban. And I think him finally getting to play not like a Homelander character, but pretty much like a
yeah,
General Zod. Oh, I think he'd be awesome. Like him right now as we left in season 4 of The Boys, where he's just he's killing people and he doesn't even care. Like I think he would play Zod so well, and that taste that we got in season 3 of The Boys when he did have like Superman powers, I was like, oh no, I want Carl Urban as Zod. Like I think he would look awesome as Zod, and
oh
I,
definitely. He's
I
he's got the face, he's got the
yep,
physique,
yep,
and like you said, so since we found out that Superman's parents are not exactly as as normally portrayed
yeah,
as the kind-hearted people that they are,
mhm,
I think that James Gunn has a really good opportunity to make Zod like he was a good guy on Krypton, and he's like, we need to stop acting like we're tyrants of the universe and stuff. And then they threw him in the Phantom Zone because he spoke out against them.
yeah.
And then he comes out and he's like, I need to take revenge on the son of the people who imprisoned me.
Or you flip it on its head and you go, Zod was actually really good friends and was like a uncle
Ooh,
to Superman and an
ooh,
uncle
yeah.
to Kara. And you could do something like that where he's a close family friend and he's pissed. that these 2 are messing around on Earth and not doing.
And yeah, not doing what they're supposed to.
Dude, that is where I would love
Yeah,
for them to go with it, and I think Karl Urban would be awesome,
he would
awesome.
be. Yeah. No, I
But
can see that.
okay, moving on to my number 4, I have Christopher Judge as Darkseid, and if you guys don't recognize Christopher Judge, he is Kratos. He is Kratos in God
Mhm.
of War, and his voice, and also, look how
Boy.
massive he is! Look how
Yeah,
big
no.
he is! This
He's a
guy
pretty
is
big dude, and
built.
he's got that jawline, that, like, almost like
I
the
think
Chad meme
Yeah,
jawline.
I think he would be an awesome Darkseid. I think he would be perfect as Darkseid. I think he'd be menacing. I think you would believe him kicking all types of ass on the Justice League. I would love him as Darkseid, and this is a lot of people's fan casting for Darkseid is Christopher Judge, and I am 100% all here for it because
Oh, yeah, same here.
he is so cool, and that voice just if he were to do Darkseid, oh, it'd be I just ooh, it'd be
Yeah,
like
no,
butter.
the bass in his voice would shake the
Yes,
seats in the theater.
exactly, and he would feel menacing from the word go, and that's what you need for a dark side. Like, oh, I could just oh, it'd be awesome, and I would love to see him as Darkseid. Like, there's just I don't have a big reason. It's just I think he's cool. I think he looks the part, and I think he sounds the part, and so that's why I have Christopher Judge as Darkseid. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to my number 3, and this one I have been wanting even before James Gunn took over. I want Bane and I want Dave Batista as Bane. I think Dave Batista would be awesome as Bane for 2 reasons. One, Dave Batista has been asking to play Bane, and he looks like he could play Bane. He physically could get in the shape for Bane, and then
Oh, yeah.
you can add CGI for when he's really bulking up. But that also Dave Batista was a wrestler, and that's what Bane is in the comics. He was a luchador. Now, Dave Batista was not a luchador in the WWE, but he was a wrestler in the
Mhm.
WWE for a long time. Dave Batista wants to play Bane. Let him play Bane, James Gunn. He is awesome for Bane. I think
He's would be an excellent cast, I think.
especially as a fantastical Bane, I could see Dave Batista. Also, especially when you see, and here's why I also love when you've seen him get mad as Drax and get into those passionate yell. I could see him sounding like Bane. I could see him adding a little bit of a Spanish accent onto it. I love this casting, and I would this is my big one. I want them to do Bane in the DCU for Batman, and I want them to do a smart Bane. I want them to do how they do Bane in the comics. I don't want this, oh, he was he was actually not the smart person. It was another person that told him to everything to do.
Yeah.
I want Bane to be Bane.
Yeah,
And yeah.
don't make him the, brainless, muscle bound,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's a lot of iterations of Bane where, like, he's in charge of an entire criminal organization, and he owns an island where he distributes weapons and drugs and stuff,
Like
and
dude, right now, I do guys, I do not collect comics very much. I am not a big comic book guy. There's a couple things that I will, like I said, I'm a Daredevil guy for comics, and I will get Daredevil runs when I think they're good, and I'm into them. And right now I am reading the Absolute Batman line. And Bane and Absolute Batman is awesome. He is still a hired gunman for Joker in this universe, but he is still smart. He is still outthinking Batman. He is kicking the crap out of Batman. He is breaking Batman not only physically but mentally, and he's outthinking Batman. And that is what I love about Bane. And I want them to just do Bane right because Bane is not this, "Ha, ha, I'm Bane. Ah." No, he's more than just that. He is more than just that. He is also smart, and it's what makes Bane such a cool character. And I
uh,
think Dave Batista, especially with how he has really leveled up his acting, I think he'd be great
Oh,
as
yeah. I could see him playing the smart version of Bane. Yeah, he would be great as that. I only ask for one thing from this Bane.
and that is
I want him to blow up Gotham Stadium. Sorry, I love that joke.
no, no, we okay, moving on to my number 2, and this one, I'm gonna be honest, went under my radar, and I saw it, and I was like, "That is perfect." Anthony Starr's Reverse Flash. He's done with the boys.
Mhm.
He's gonna be done with the boys after season 5. I think at least. I don't think he's making it alive out of season 5. So, leaves him open for another superhero franchise, Reverse Flash.
He
Like
would be great as
he
Reverse Flash.
he plays a petty, whiny little bitch in The Boys perfectly. And what is Reverse Flash? A whiny little bitch who didn't get his way. Little bit different, instead of, laser eyes and flying, he runs really fast and can throw lightning at people. But I think Anthony Starr would be perfect as Reverse Flash, and I don't have a particular reason why. It's just I think he would be great. I think he looks great. Give him the blonde hair like he has in The Boys, and
Mhm.
I just he looks like Reverse Flash. He plays a variant kind of in a way in The Boys, and I think it would be really fun to see him, especially if he goes against like how Paul, you had Glenn Powell. I think him
Mhm.
and Glenn
Yeah,
Powell would be fun to watch
that would
on
be a
screen
very
getting
good
into it.
pairing.
Because you have
Yeah.
2 guys that are clearly you would have them know each other and establish each other because they're both older. They both look like they're both older guys, so they've been established. They've been fighting each other for years already. Like, I think it would be great. And so that's why I have Anthony Starr
Yeah.
as
No,
Reverse Flash.
absolutely.
So,
And you're completely correct. His portrayal of Homelander, the pettiness that he has,
yep.
that is Reverse Flash to a T. Is like, "It was me, Barry, it was always me." It's like, I could see it, and I think that's a great casting.
Alright, and then number 1, this is the one, like, if I had to say I want one more than any other one, like, screw the other ones, this is my one that I've wanted for day 1. It is Alan Richardson as Batman. Come on! I don't understand why people are like, "This is mine." I don't get this whole, "I don't know if he'd play a good Batman." What? Have you watched anything of Reacher? Watch Reacher. Watch Reacher, and you will see he can play Batman. Well, he's
Oh, for
too
sure.
big. Too big? Batman in the comics is a massive dude. I'm sorry, but the movies have I love Christian Bale Batman. Christian Bale Batman. See right there. Yep, yep, yep. I love Christian Bale Batman. Love it. He was tiny. He was tiny compared to what Batman should be. Batman is a hulking menace in the comics, and I think Alan Richardson plays it perfect. And people are like, "Well, I don't know if he'd play a good Bruce Wayne." I was like, "Watch any of his Jimmy Fallon interviews, and you'd be like, oh no, that guy could play Bruce Wayne. He could
Oh,
play
yeah,
Bruce
no.
Wayne as well."
He's a very personable guy,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
He's a fun guy.
he's a very fun guy. Did you ever watch Blue Mountain State?
Yes, that's the other thing. Blue
Oh,
Mountain
yeah.
State is he is
Oh my, he's
hilarious in that.
so funny. Oh my god, I love Thad.
I love that, and I just I really think he'd be perfect. Also, right now, Dr. Squatch, they moved on from Sydney Sweeney, and now they're on to Alan Richardson. And dude looks jacked like an MFer, dude. He is massive. He is like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. And I don't I can't I really I get the Jensen Ackles one. The Jensen Ackles one I think would be fun. Jensen Ackles, even though he is really big and pretty built for Soldier Boy, he's not hulking like Alan Richardson is. And I get it. Alan Richardson has admitted to taking some steroids to look bigger. But even if Jensen Ackles took steroids, I don't think he gets as big.
No, he could not get as big. Like, I love Jensen Ackles. I'm a huge Supernatural fan, and I've
Oh
loved
yeah.
him for years. But I don't see him as Batman. I don't know. And he has played Batman before as a voice actor for
Yes.
a
Yes.
couple of the animated
Yes.
movies, and he even played Red Hood. I loved him as Red Hood. I think he would be a better Red Hood than a Batman.
I
But
think he's too old
Alan
to play Red Hood, just
he
because
is now, yes,
yeah,
yes, definitely. But I think Alan Richardson as Batman, that's a great casting. Like you said, he's got the physicality, he's got that personability. Like if he plays the Bruce Wayne, like a lot of people view Bruce Wayne as like a multi-billionaire
he could play it,
himbo, is what they call him.
he could play it.
He could play a himbo very well,
He's
and then
all
he could switch and go Reacher
Yep.
style whenever he's Batman.
He's also 42, which is the perfect age for this Batman because it's an established Batman
Yeah.
with already a Bat family. This is perfect. This is a perfect age for him to be 42. He plays this character for 15 years. He'll be, he'll be in his late 50s, and if he plays
Mhm.
longer than that, he'll be in his 60s, like, and he can play Batman up until then. Like Ben
And
Affleck,
then
like,
and then we could get Batman Beyond if he plays like an old Batman, that would be awesome.
exactly, like Ben Affleck right now is 53. So Ben Affleck 10 years ago played was 42 when he got casted as Batman, and he was an older Batman, and to me, Alan Richardson is in way better shape than Ben Affleck was, and Ben Affleck is
Yeah,
still
at
in
in
good
their
shape.
40s, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see another I really don't, and James Gunn, people are like, "Well, James Gunn's already said that he's not playing it." I don't know about that because I when he was asked these questions for around Superman time, he was dodging the questions when they kept asking him about Alan Richardson. He was like, "Well, I don't know. We'll just have to see." That is not a no, and to me, it feels like we're gonna be like, "I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes." Also, the amount of times that he says, "No, he's not playing it," also is giving me an Andrew Garfield effect.
Oh,
So
yeah, no, 100%.
I am a 50-50 on this because I I I think he'd also play very well against David Cornsweet. I really do. I
Yeah,
think
he
he
could
would
be like,
play
You're too goofy, you need to be more serious."
like, I think he could play against David Cornsweet really well. I would melt if he was Batman. But to sum it up again, guys, my honorable mention is Ray Fiennes as Brainiac. Number 5 is Carl Urban as General Zod, Christopher Judge as Darkseid, David Batista as Bane, Anthony Starr as Reverse Flash, and finally, number 1, Alan Richardson as Batman. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think of our list? Did you guys like them? Did you guys hate them? Let us know your top 5 DCU fan castings, and then if there's anything else you guys want us to, do a ranking of, let us know at that email we showed at the beginning of the show. And with all that, guys, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. All righty. Moving on. We took a couple breaks from Peacemaker. We skipped it last week, so we're getting back to it. With all that, though, spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead. We'll say it again. Spoilers. I'll give you a couple seconds to leave if you guys know. Like, there's spoilers for everything leading up to all the way from episode 4 to before. Okay, everything. Okay, well, I'll give you a couple seconds. Okay, here we go. So, episode 4 and 3, good episodes, and I feel like we're ramping up every single week. We are getting
Yeah.
better and better and better every single week, and I am liking it. We're getting more into, oh, that's another thing. Oh, what's going to happen here? What are we doing? Oh, we've set it up even more, and we are now halfway through the season. And I am excited because I feel like this second half is going to drop a bunch of bombs, not only on a Peacemaker standpoint, but with things setting up the DCU. Because James Gunn keeps saying this is going to kind of set up a lot of stuff for the DCU. This is going to
Oh, for
set up a
sure.
lot of stuff. And it's like, we haven't seen a whole lot yet. And so I'm waiting for them to, when are we going to pull the trigger and we're going to see something like, oh my gosh, like this is groundbreaking. Like, not getting my hopes up too high. Like, I don't think we're gonna see something like a Batman. Like, I don't think he'll announce our Batman. As much as I'd love for him to do that, I don't think he's going to, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a David Cornsett Superman teaser, or we get a reveal of a hero we haven't seen yet, or maybe we see the Lanterns before their Green Lantern series. Like, I I I
I'm
I'm wondering.
I'm gonna call it right now. Lobo shows up, like says "F you" to Peacemaker, and then rides away on his motorcycle. Calling it right now.
Lobo. So you're saying Lobo. You're
I'm
saying
saying Lobo.
Lobo. Okay. So let's dive into these episodes. So
Yeah.
episode 3, we pretty much have he goes into this universe and he spends a lot of time there and he gets to know pretty much the people in the universe. He gets to kind of
Mhm.
we flesh out a little bit more with his brother, and the big one is Harcourt in this universe. They clearly broke up and now Chris is trying to get back with her in this universe, and they're trying to restart it again. And then while they're in the middle of this, a big what are they
The
a gang
terrorist
or terrorist
bomb,
group, yeah,
yeah.
whatever you want to call them, they're blowing up a political building, I think is what it was. They were blowing up
No,
some
it
type
was
of
like a government building, it was like a human
government
resource
building.
building.
Yeah, yeah. So they were blowing it up, and so Peacemaker gets involved and, saves the day. So that's kind of what happens in 3. There was not a whole lot, but that is what goes down. So then episode 4, we come back. Chris gets back out of this universe and he realizes that he lays down in his bed. And in episode 3, additionally, the subplot we had was Argus is breaking into his house to figure out what kind of portal is going on. And as they come in, eagerly goes and pretty much just, you know, kicks ass and kills, not kills, doesn't kill, but he
No,
pretty
no,
much
he killed one of them, I thought.
I
Or
killed one of them, I think
I
maybe.
think so.
Yeah, but
Pulled his eye out.
yeah, but he beat the crap out of all these
All of them.
Argus, all of them, just pretty much wrecked them. And Chris comes back in episode 4 and realizes, what the hell happened to my house? What
Yeah.
is going on? So he's checking out his house and he's like, what is going on? And right then and there, pretty much Argus is showing up. They're rolling in, and we then have Economos. He texts Chris, and he's like, "Hey, get out of here! Argus has got some people. They've got a eagle hunter for Eagly. Like you got to get out of here." So Chris goes. He grabs this little gadget, and we see at the beginning of the episode that there was this alien that him, his brother, and his dad saw, and they hunted. His dad kills it, and they see that this alien pretty much had this gadget that opened up into Peacemaker's little pocket universe that he has with all of his gear in it. And we
Mhm.
realized that Peacemaker's dad did not create the pocket universe, did not create this little thing, that it was an alien, it was foreign. So take this gadget. Peacemaker goes, grabs this gadget. We find out that this gadget is what makes the doorway, puts the portal in certain ways and certain doorways, and it works within a door. Peacemaker takes it, goes to cabin, and he's got to put this. Well, Argus breaks in, and so they're like, "Oh, we got to find where the doorway is, and we have to find how to break in." So they find the doorway, and they're trying to hack it. Well, right then and there, Peacemaker gets gets it set up in this cabin that his grandfather used to own, and now the portal's all set up, and it's no longer at his house. So they run scotch free. So now Argus is pissed, and Rick Flag Sr., he's upset. So he's like, I got to get Peacemaker. How do I do this? So he goes and finds Harcourt, pretty much says, Harcourt, I will, get you in good graces with the government, and you will be able to start working again with FBI agencies and Argus and all these people because you've been blacklisted because Amanda Waller did that on her way out. And once we get you good and all that, we get you all good. But in order to do that, you have to bring us Peacemaker. So Peacemaker's like, right at that time, right when they make that deal, Peacemaker says, "Hey, you want to meet up?" And she says, "Sure, let's meet up." And we see, Argus trying to go meet up with them, and Peacemaker's going to the same spot. So we have all these crescendos, and then credits roll. So we have all these things going on, and it is really good. But those are the rundown of pretty much episode 3 and 4. I don't think I did. I miss anything, Paul, out of
Uh,
those rundowns?
you forgot to mention that Rick Flag Jr. is back.
Oh yes, yes. In episode 3, he's
He's the quote unquote jarhead that is currently dating Amelia Harcourt, but it's very
in the
much
other
just
universe.
like
In the other
in the
universe.
other universe, yes. But it's very much just like, man, they made him as such a wimp in this other
We
universe.
also find out in the main universe, which adds more layers to Harcourt, that her only friend was Rick Flag Jr.
Mhm, and they
and
had a little bit of a romantic entanglement even while he
ex-
was
with
dating,
um,
June,
June.
the Enchantress at the time.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so there's another layer too with Peacemaker. Peacemaker killed her only friend.
Yeah,
Peacemaker killed her only friend. And so there's like, okay, there's another reason why she probably that's why she has such animosity towards him and hates him probably so much is because of
definitely.
this. So we have these and it's very interesting and I'm excited to see where this goes because I I really have no idea where this could go next. I really don't. Like I obviously think we are going to get to the end this and we're going to see how Peacemaker he has to fight his brother in the other universe. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
if that happens.
that's gonna be rough. He's gonna maybe have to kill his brother
Brother
again,
again.
which would suck.
But also
But
realizing this and I've told Paul we me and Paul have talked about this, but there is an interesting fan theory out there that the universe that Peacemaker goes to in the parallel universe that he goes to, it's not as great as he thinks. And here's why. There are only there are no colored people in this other universe. There's no other,
mhm,
ethnicities. There's nothing.
yeah,
And it's like, wait, are we about to do a Planet X thing where pretty much Planet X for you guys that don't know is a universe where in the DC comics is the universe where pretty much the Nazis won World War II and pretty much eliminated other races. Like there was
yeah.
only Caucasians left. That's pretty much what was it. And so it's pretty much a Nazi universe. And
And that's what everybody thinks. Because hey, Peacemaker's dad, white supremacist, like, super
well,
awful
also,
dude,
he's not like that would also mean that would show why he's not racist is
w
because when there's only
because
one race, you can't be
yeah,
racist. Like that's the thing. And so it shows it's
but
like, okay,
he's seen as a hero in this other
yeah,
universe. Is like, well, if the Nazis won, yeah, he would be their hero, which is like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And so you're really like, ooh, is it as good as they think? And if they do this, I it would be very fun. I
and
would
it
think
would
it'd be very fun. And it would
it'd be very
explain,
interesting. It would explain a lot of things, like, for one, why Rick Flag Jr. is behaving the way that he is, because he's such a badass in the main universe,
yeah.
and then this universe, he's just an average Joe,
I
and
also
then
think it would explain how Peacemaker may have to fight because maybe they have like a public execution. Like maybe they find a bunch of rebels that are of color or something, and they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, we gotta round them up. Let's kill them." And Peacemaker's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" And dude, Adebayo. What
yeah,
if they
that
find
that
Adebayo in this universe and
in this other
use?
universe,
Yep.
because that is Peacemaker's best friend. As much as Vigilante keeps saying, "I'm Peacemaker's best friend," sorry, bud, no, Adebayo is Peacemaker's best friend
Yeah,
for
she
sure.
is the first person. She's the first person that he
She's the
calls.
first person he calls every single time. Anytime he's in trouble, he calls Adebayo. But, no, I that could be a very big turning point, and that's whenever he flips and he's like, "Nah, this universe ain't great. We're gonna try and break free from this oppression," and, I can see that happening.
I think it would be fun and another way to, turn on its head. Like it would be interesting. Or maybe like they kill since, America, the big, when people some people when they think America, like the bird, I guess, or the animal of America, you think of kind of a bald eagle. What if like
Yeah,
they kill Eagly in this universe too? Where they're
that
like,
would be crazy.
because he doesn't have an eagle, he doesn't have Eagly in this one. And what if they're like,
Yeah.
oh, we capture all birds and we kill them? Like,
Well, speaking of killing eagles, you've got,
yeah, you've got
Michael Rooker as the eagle hunter,
yeah.
all of a sudden pulled out these superpowers out of nowhere where he could just astral project as a bird and see everything. Like,
Yeah,
that was
speak
crazy. I was not
yeah,
expecting that. I thought he was just some crazy
Eagle
kook.
Hunter. Yeah, so in this, I left this out, but Michael Rooker's character in this is a eagle hunter, and Argus hires him because of how
How
much
much
sh
Eagly kicked ass.
guy kicked ass, and
Like,
they're like, "Oh, we gotta bring in
we
the heavy guns for this."
we need an expert.
I swear to God, if they kill Eagly, dude, I can't. We
Yeah, no, that's
already
no.
we already Guardians 3, we already killed a bunch of animals. We can't be killing more animals, James Gunn. Please, not Eagly.
Please stop. You
Gosh,
already killed a bunny and an otter and all these other
a
people. Stop it.
walrus
A
and
walrus.
yeah, Crypto really got abused at like the first half of Superman. Like, please. Do not
We
kill
stop.
Eagly. Eagly got, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, he got shot in the first season. Like,
Yeah, he did, and
oh,
then they had to take him to the vet,
the
and
vet.
yeah.
Eagly's been through some shit. He just wants to eat his bologna. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen these next couple episodes, and especially since, like, I think not only does the Eagle guy know where, Chris and Eagly are because of his astral projecting thing, well, whenever they opened up that portal and the portal cannot be closed until they put a door on it,
mhm.
we already know that Argus can track it because of the portal. So they're gonna say, "Oh, that's where he is. Let's go," and they're gonna chase him down again.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and I'm wondering, it's all crescendoing in the right ways, and
It is. It is.
I am liking this more than the butterflies, because butterflies were more of a mystery. This is not a mystery. This is more of a, we're crescendoing into action here, and we know kind of how this is going to end, but we don't know where, when, how. Like, we know kind of, well, we do kind of know the how. Like, Peacemaker did this, so Rick Flag Senior is going to try to do this. Peacemaker's in the other universe, killed this Peacemaker. This is how this, but we don't know the when, the where, the why. Like, we don't know any of this stuff, and I think it's going to be really cool to see how they all crescendo and they end this thing. So, but
Yeah.
anyways, guys, what do you guys think of Peacemaker's episode 4? We're halfway through the season, guys. It's gone by. I mean, are you guys liking Peacemaker season 2? Are you guys not liking it? Are you liking it more than season 1? Are Thursdays your day? 7 p.m. You're at the couch ready to watch? Let us know in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Moving on, we are gonna flip it again, and we're gonna go, instead of DC, we're gonna go Marvel now. So Marvel has had a special little, I would say, exposition. Would you say, Paul? A little thing over in,
Yeah.
was it in Japan or was it in China that they had this?
I do not remember. Let me go look it up real
Think it
quick.
was in, I think it was in Japan. I could have been wrong. But so they revealed this. They had like a bunch of stills of what they were kind of going to talk about, and one of them was they have this picture of Doctor Doom right over here. This picture of Doctor Doom,
Uh, it was an expo in China, and this is
China.
like one of the cardboard standees that they had.
So yeah, so they had these stills, and this was the Doctor Doom they had. And guys, he looks awesome. I love this. We have mixed
He
Doctor
does.
Doom very well. We have mixed the, we're making him medieval, but we're also making him modern with technology. I love the chainmail. I don't know why that chainmail just looks so cool to me.
It looks good. No, yeah, I'm with you.
I am just, it makes me even more excited for Doomsday, and I wouldn't be surprised if this gets a little tweaked, just because I'm willing to bet this is kind of concept art, kind of drawn up. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, "Hey, we need something, like, give us a solid one," and they kinda drew this together.
Yeah, no, they had to have a little bit of a tease.
But I think this looks great. I think this is probably one of the most comic accurate things we've seen in Marvel besides Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, this is one of the most comic accurate ways we can do it. They also modernized it as well. So it looks awesome, and it just makes me more excited. It makes me more excited. Now, the way someone looks in a movie is not going to determine whether or not the movie is better or worse, but in a fan service way, it does make you more excited to be like, "I can't wait to see this on the big screen." So, what are you thinking about it, Paul?
I think it looks awesome. I kind of can see little remnants of like how Doctor Doom was portrayed in like sounds kind of weird in Fortnite whenever they brought him into the latest Marvel Fortnite
The latest
season.
one? Okay,
So
yeah.
yeah, I could see little bits and pieces of that in here, and it looks great. Like we've had a couple of misses whenever we try to portray Doctor
Yeah.
Doom in movies. Fan Stick, we don't even talk about how they did Doom in Fan
The
Stick.
crusty turd. The crusty
Oh,
turd Doom.
it just looked awful. But, in the not the original Fantastic Four movies, because we don't talk about the '94 one either, but the early 2000s Fantastic Four movies, they did a really good job of trying to make him look comic accurate without going too goofy, at
Yes.
least I think,
Oh, and I liked
but
how it looked, yeah, especially in the first one.
yeah. Yeah, and then the first one, he looked about as perfect as you could get. His powers weren't exactly
Yeah, they were
accurate
more like
to.
electromagnetic than
Yeah, it was kinda weird, and then, like, his metal was coating his body. I'm like, I don't know
yeah.
what they came up with that. But no, this looks about as comic accurate, movie accurate, and as well as just awesome as you can get for Doctor Doom in a live action movie.
I also feel like this look gives me the feeling that we are gonna do Latveria. I have a
Oh,
feeling
for
we're
sure, 100%.
we're doing Latveria, especially with how Fantastic Four was. Like,
Yeah, and they
we're
they mentioned Latveria in Fantastic Four.
I am excited. I think Robert Downey Jr. is gonna play him very well, and,
Mhm.
I mean, it seems like every week we just hear a new thing about Doomsday, whether or not it's real or not. Like, we have a new thing where it's like, "Oh, this character is revealed," or, "Oh, this character's been sitting around the set a little bit," or, "Oh, these 2 people are fighting. Oh,
Yeah, as
no."
someone
Like,
said earlier this week, it's like, "We saw Chris Evans." It's like, well, just because you saw Chris Evans doesn't mean that
we
he's gonna be in the movie.
we saw him on a movie set. Well, he is an actor.
He is an actor, but they're like sitting there, but like he shaved his beard and he cut his hair.
Yeah, that one
He
is a
looks
little
like
silly.
Steve Rogers again. I'm like, okay, just because he shaved his beard and he slicked his hair back doesn't mean
Yeah,
Captain
which I'm
America
I'm also like, "Okay, guys, he had a beard in Endgame and not beard in Endgame, he had a beard in Infinity
in
War."
Infinity War.
Like,
Yeah,
who cares if he has a beard? Like, the
I don't know.
beard
Well,
does not.
I think people are just like hoping,
Oh, and
because
I get it. Like, I want Chris Evans to be back. I mean, but it was the same thing with like Halle Berry when they were filming Deadpool and Wolverine. They're like, "She's got the storm cut. She got her hair like storm. She got be in the movie." And then Halle Berry's nowhere to be seen. Like,
yeah.
she just chose a haircut, guys. Like, and then there's also maybe Toby Maguire was near the set and he was
Yeah, they said that too. It's like I could see maybe Toby showing up in Secret Wars, maybe.
yeah, but Doomsday,
Yeah,
no.
no. Doomsday, we need to stick with our main MCU people, except for Fantastic Four, bringing them over
And
because
then
I
X-Men.
think yeah, and X Men. I think the Doctor Doom that we're gonna get is from the Fantastic Four universe,
Yes.
or maybe some other parallel universe. I do not
I
think it's
doubt it.
gonna be 616 main MCU
It
timeline.
can't be. It can't be because they have never mentioned Latveria. Also, really, we're gonna let a world leader walk around looking like Tony Stark and people wouldn't have said it once? Like, there's no way, dude. I don't believe it. Also,
Nah,
I think
yeah.
they perfectly wrote in Fantastic Four a reason. You have okay. You have multiple reasons. Okay, who is he, who is Doctor Doom? Well, he's the guy in Latveria. He was in Latveria, but he's separate from all the other countries. He doesn't care about the world. He wasn't really
Yeah.
around them. Uh,
He wasn't at the summit meeting, and then whenever they tried to do the portals all over the place, Latveria was the last one to turn on their portal, and then Silver Surfer came down and
yeah,
blew them all up.
yeah, pretty much. What does he want? He wants Franklin. He wants Franklin. Clearly, he wants Franklin, and he likes the power.
He wants
So
power. Yes,
you want,
exactly. That's
wh-
always been Doom's thing.
yeah. Why he wants to rule? Probably Battle World. Make Battle World. He wants to be better than Reed. We don't know if he had a relationship with Reed, but there's the why. Like, uh, where on the Fantastic Four universe? I mean, and then how, I mean, he showed up. Like, I guess there's your how, but like in that end credit scene, we got all the answers on why Doctor Doom, what he's doing, who's he after, what's he doing, where are we gonna get Doctor Doom from? We got it right there. And that's
Yeah.
all we needed. That's all we needed. I wish we would have gotten more, but I mean,
No,
it was
I
enough.
kind of I want to be surprised whenever we go into Doomsday, and some people have been saying they built up Thanos so much before he showed up in Infinity War. I'm like, I mean, kinda. He's in Avengers 1 for a millisecond. He's in Avengers 2 for a half a second,
And then
and
Guardians
then
of
he's
the
in
Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy for 20 seconds. Like, if you call that building up, I mean,
I don't okay, so, I do and I don't get it. So, I do bel I but here's why. Thanos was the plan for all 10 years. He was
Oh,
set
yeah.
in
He
stone.
he was set up so much early, yeah.
Doom was not set up to be this player the entire time. It was Kang, and then they had to pivot because
They had
Kang,
to pivot
first off, was not
because
well received, and second off, because of Jonathan Majors' issues. So you had to
yeah.
pivot. So that's my issue. And I think they would have set Doom up a lot earlier and would have done him a lot differently if they could have. I really do.
Yes.
And
I would agree. I think
I
I
think
think they would've mentioned him back in, Multiverse of Madness because I think that was the first movie
yeah.
where they started doing
Yeah,
multiverse, right?
you could have done that, or, like, there's rumors that he's maybe using Shang-Chi's, rings of power or
Oh,
something.
that's right. Yeah, we never got a payoff for that end credit scene,
And
did we?
I think it's gonna be Doom, but, like, that's what I'm saying, like, I think they could have also, you didn't with Thanos, there wasn't much you didn't have to tease him, but here's what you did, you teased the items on what he was going for through that
Mhm.
entire 10 years as well, like, you were
The
teasing
Infinity
the item.
Stones. Oh my gosh, there was an Infinity Stone in every movie almost.
Or they were always, trying to figure out, "Whoa, where's this stone? Who's this stone? Is Heimdall the soul stone?
Oh
Is
my gosh, the Soul Stone theories were crazy. They were almost as crazy as the Mephisto theories in WandaVision.
Yeah, I mean, the soul stone ones were a lot more valid, though, like, it made sense, but ultimately, the payoff was a lot better than anyone thought, but
I
that's
think
what I'm
so,
saying,
yeah.
there was a lot more I will say there was a lot more buildup for Thanos, and I think there was, but I get what you're saying as well, like, there was and there wasn't. There was and there wasn't, so
I mean,
I
there was buildup, but it's not as much as people think. They're like, "Man, they set him up as this stone cold killer." Da 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 da. I
no,
was like,
no, they didn't
dude,
do
he
that.
he didn't he didn't even talk until Avengers 2, and then in Guardians of the Galaxy, he said 3 lines.
Yeah, here's how
And
you kinda set him up in
granted, his
Guardians. You set him up as a guy to not mess with, but
yeah,
you didn't realize how strong he was until he mollywopped
the
Hulk.
Hulk. Yes,
Until he
exactly.
took it to Hulk and was like, "Yeah, no." And I think they're gonna do a scene like that with Doctor Doom, but they're gonna do the spine ripping scene. I hope they do the spine
Ooh,
ripping scene. I
you think so,
hope,
huh?
dude. Oh my gosh, that would be
That
badass.
that might be a little too brutal for a main MCU title.
Dude, we don't even have to have his spine. Just have him punch him or something, and then he just start disintegrating. Like, just do a variation. Because apparently, too, at this, you said it was in China, right?
Yes,
The
yes,
expo.
Shanghai.
So in Shanghai, when they did this expo, they also did a light show. And apparently, in that light show, they did that scene with the light show with
Interesting. I
Doom.
didn't
And
know
I'm
that.
like, dude, oh, that'd be so cool. But
That would
instantly
be.
it'd be like, "Okay, why do we care about Doom? Why is he threatening to the Avengers? Why do we need all these teams? Oh, he just killed Thanos." And he just killed Thanos. And here's how they have to kill Thanos. You don't kill Thanos like Endgame Thanos, because Endgame Thanos was strategic and combat-wise was very strong. But the
Yes.
power was Infinity War Thanos. Infinity War Thanos had the power. And
Yes,
so if
because he was
he
untouchable.
exactly, and so we need to see him kill a powered up, full Infinity Stone Thanos. That's what we need to see, and if we see that instantly, you're like, "Oh,
This guy
yeah,
ain't nobody to mess with.
yeah,
Yeah.
now we're seeing it." I guess my one thing, and to go a little bit more into this sidetrack, is I feel like, what do we do after Doctor Doom?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Well, I mean, we've got Mephisto who showed up in Ironheart,
Yeah, and
who
you could
he and Mephisto is a very big villain, but I don't see how because how many people actually watch the Ironheart show, you know?
yeah, I mean, but I think Mephisto, if he shows up, people will be like, "Oh, wow, it's Mephisto." Like, so
Yeah, but he
I think
he's I don't think he's gonna be capable of being a main villain to, hold a series of movies like
a
Thanos or
saga.
like Doom. Yeah.
Now, when they do, because it looks like they're gonna do the Mutant Saga, that's what it looks like it's gonna lean to.
Mhm.
Mutant Saga, you can have either Apocalypse or Mr. Negative. I personally feel like
No,
not
no,
Mr.
not
Negative,
Mr.
Mr.
Negative, Mr.
Mr.
Sinister.
Sinister,
Yeah.
yes. I personally think you do Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Mr. Sinister
he's
is awesome, but I think
Apocalypse Apocalypse is always the X-Men's biggest enemy.
Also, the rumor, and this was they came out almost a year ago. The rumor is they have The Rock playing Apocalypse, and I would love that. I think that
Okay.
would look cool. I think that would look cool to me. I think that would look
Yeah.
cool. I think
He would be I love Oscar Isaac, and he's
he just
great, but yeah,
he just wasn't Apocalypse.
he was an Apocalypse,
Like,
I
Apocalypse
agree.
has to be a massive dude and threatening. Like, Apocalypse was with Oscar Isaac, but he wasn't big, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get
Power-wise,
you.
he was Apocalypse, but he wasn't big, and so that's why I
Yeah.
think The Rock would be, but I think you do Apocalypse as the mutant saga, but then after that, I mean, you I don't know
Yeah,
who you have, and it's really hard to figure this out because I don't know what much you can really do, even though
and a
you're
lot of
resetting, unless you go
yeah,
back to Thanos again or you go back to Doctor Doom. The only other person I can really think of, but the problem with this character is it's too dark, is the Maker. Like, the Maker is the only person I can really think of that would really pose a will, but if you're gonna do the Maker, you're doing the Ultimate Universe, and a lot of people don't like the Ultimate Universe. It was not
yeah,
received in co like,
it
there's a couple things, like, people like the Maker
mhm,
Maker was cool, and then there's Miles Morales. Like,
yes.
besides that, there's not a whole lot that people love about the Ultimate
Yeah,
Universe.
Ultimate Universe had a lot of issues. It was unfortunately a product of its time where comics were trying to be super edgy, and you're like, "Look, good guys can do bad things too sometimes." It's like, well, I mean, some people might want to see that, but the majority of people want to see heroes be heroes.
Yeah, and some of them they did like, right now, they're doing a cool one with Wolverine, where if Wolverine was the Winter Soldier instead of,
Mhm.
Bucky, and that's really cool, but, yeah, I don't know where Marvel is gonna go, where you're eventually just gonna be like, "Hey, guys, we've kind of told all of our stories, and you
I mean,
either
they've
s"
gotta reboot eventually.
Yeah, you
I
either
it's the unfortunate thing, like, we have used a bunch of assets, we've used a bunch of characters, which is great, and yeah, there's a bunch of more characters to pull from, but people really only care about the main ones, the ones that everybody knows, the Iron Man, the Captain America, the
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
yeah.
the Avengers, and so, eventually, you are gonna have to reset the timeline, start from scratch, and
And
I
I
mean, it
know that they keep saying that this is gonna be a soft reboot, and I do think it's gonna be a soft reboot, but at the same time, I don't wanna see us defeat Doctor Doom just for us to see Doctor Doom again. Like, it'll feel kind
yeah.
of irrelevant. What was the point of
No,
defeating
yeah.
Doctor Doom just for us to be, "Oh, now we have another one, but he's just lower powered?" Like, I
Yeah, no,
I it's interesting.
I want Doom to be a villain for multiple movies. I don't want him to be defeated in one movie.
Well,
Alright?
he's not. He's gonna get Secret Wars.
I know that, but, like, even still, like, Doomsday and Secret Wars, you're giving him 2 movies, even though, like, I Doom's an amazing character. He has always been a threat, and the fact that he's human and all these other threats that are on his level are from other worlds, or they're AI like Ultron, or they are, they're all these crazy things from different things. Doom has always been interesting because he's human,
Yeah.
and he is
He
just
created
as
everything. He created his tech
yeah,
stuff, but then he also spent the time to learn the magic and
yeah,
combine them.
yeah, and he is terrifying and powerful, and as one of the most threatening villains. It's just crazy that he's on the level of some of these other ones. I think he deserves more than just 2 movies. That's all I'm
Oh, and
thinking.
I get that. I think they're gonna take a break for a while. You just
Yeah,
have to, but yeah. Anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking of this new picture of Doctor Doom? Are you guys loving it? Are you guys hating it? Does it make you more excited for Doomsday, or is it like I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Doomsday yet. I got to see a trailer first. Let us know in the comments below. All righty, guys. Moving on. I know it's a packed episode for you guys today.
it
Very
is. There's a
packed.
lot that went
There
on
was a
this
lot
week.
came out this week. So a movie that came out this week and is the long is The Long Walk. It comes out this week. Me and Paul saw it Thursday. I saw it today, Friday. We're
Yeah.
gonna go spoiler free on this one because we want to give you guys time to go see it.
Please, okay, listen. Go watch it. Please go watch it. I'm not even kidding when I say it's probably one of the best movies of this year, if not one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. It is we're gonna be saying "oh" a lot for this segment because we
And
don't
the
wanna spoil
don't wanna
anything,
spoil it, but it's
but there's
oh.
so much to say that we wanna say, but we can't, and
And honestly, guys, I'm talking to Paul. I don't know if we will do a spoiler review because it is
we
such
might have to wait a couple weeks.
that and it's such an emotionally heavy movie.
Mhm.
This is not a movie where we're gonna go take the kids.
Nope,
It's
nope.
not the trailer does not do it justice.
Yeah.
Does not do it justice, and I Paul, I walked out of this movie, and I don't know if you felt this way. I walked out of this movie, and I felt like not out of body, because that's a little bit too extreme,
No,
but
but
I walked, and I'm just like, "What did I just watch?
no, I felt the
What
same way, dude.
did I
I w
watch?"
I was walking to my car and I just, like, kinda, like, staring at my shoes like, "What just happened?" It was
And there are
oh
times
my
in this
gosh.
movie where I'm like, I don't cry, guys, in movies, I don't, but I was over here holding some stuff back, like, "Oh my
I
gosh."
I held nothing back. I cried. I cried multiple times.
Dude,
I haven't cried in a movie since Aunt May died in No Way Home, and you guys know I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. So when that happened, obviously I was gonna cry. But this movie, oh my gosh, it hit me. It hit me hard. You feel for these characters. You feel like you're walking with them. And you feel this compassion and this brotherly bond with them, and then whenever certain characters, obviously you guys know that certain characters are going to die. And when certain characters die, it hits hard and you feel it.
as you go along. That's the
Mhm.
thing too. So you are gonna be you're gonna see a kill, like, and this kill was in the trailer, you're gonna see a kill. The first kill, you're like, "Oh, wow, wow, we've really realized how this is real. This is we're not they're not playing around. This is real."
They are not
And you
playing
see the
around.
kill in the trailer. Guys, it gets worse.
It
It
gets
gets
so much
worse.
worse.
It
Oh,
gets worse, and
and
you
it's the
truly see how these people pushed their body to the max and had to
mhm.
figure out also, if you have questions on certain, like, legitimate things, like, how does how do they do this? How do they do that? I'm not gonna say what it is, but if you're like, "I
Mhm.
don't understand," the movie answers that question, and you're like,
The movie
"Oh,
does answer, yeah, if you
oh,
thought, like,
oh."
how could they walk that long? How long do they walk? How does this work? They answer every question that you
They
might have.
they answer the question, and the movie, even though they're going across the country or whatever state they're in, even though they're going on this journey, you even though you feel the journey, it is stuck in one place. You are stuck in one place and there is not much around. That
Yeah, no,
you are stuck on this road and you are going. There's not and there is rarely a scene that you are not on this road. They don't
oh, no,
divert from it. They stay
no,
on the road and there's
the
nothing.
whole movie is on the road, but the fact is, like, you know what's on the side of the roads? Nothing. It's a
Yeah,
very desolate landscape, like, they are walking through
there's nothing good to
fields,
see. There's
and
no
then
pretty
if they
sunsets. There's nothing.
no, if they do walk through a town, it's a very, very run down town. Like, this is a post-apocalyptic world where basically the military has taken over after some type of war has happened. They explain it a little bit, but they don't go into very much detail. But it's very much like it's a militaristic society, and that's what they are. I'll explain a little bit of the plot, just a little bit, because you should understand what you're getting into. So the boys that are doing the long walk it's one boy from each of the 50 states that have been chosen to through a lottery chosen to represent their state in the long walk. And if they complete the long walk, if they are the last man standing, they win untold riches,
They can get whatever they want.
and they get whatever they want. They get one wish from the government to get whatever they want. and it's supposed to be like not a recruitment thing, but a I'm trying to think of the correct word, like a nationalistic pride type
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to build up the pride of the country by saying, "Look at these 50 young gentlemen. Look at how strong they are and how hard they're working to achieve their dreams. You can too." And it's supposed to like boost up the economy by making people work harder.
Yeah. And
But
yeah.
oh,
We guys,
it's
we
rough, dude.
read the reviews a couple weeks ago, and when people were like, "It's you have to decompress and think about it." Oh, you do. And also,
You
guys,
do.
we're not getting into anything, but especially with events that have happened this week, this movie physically I texted Paul after this. I was like, "This was the wrong week for this movie to come out." Like,
It
we have got
yeah.
massive events going on around us, and it just this movie comes out and it's like, "Oh my gosh." Like, it makes you this movie makes you think, and you will not forget about this movie walking out. It is the most unique, is probably one of the most unique experiences. You care about these characters. You also, this movie does not do what you think it's going to do. If you think it's going to do one thing, it's going to flip it on its head. Not a whole lot, but if you think, "Oh, I know how this movie's going to end. I know how this is going to go. I know who's going to win. I'm going to do this." You don't. You don't know
Nope.
anything.
You
They will
don't. And
subvert your expectations, and you will walk away. And I've had this argument with people before. A movie a movie does not have to have a good or a bad ending. It doesn't matter whether or not a movie has a good or a bad ending. It matters whether or not the movie was satisfying. Does it have a
mhm.
satisfying ending? This movie has a satisfying ending. It has a satisfying end, and that's where we're gonna leave it. That's
And
that's what we say. It
yeah,
has a satisfying. We
I
want
wanna
to,
talk about it
but we
so
ca guys
bad.
guys, if you think weapons, you people were hiding spoilers, this one's more than weapons. This one
Yeah.
is way more than weapons, and it's I don't know if it's better than weapons because I really enjoyed weapons because I really enjoyed the mystery, but it is probably on
I'd
the
enjoyed
same level.
Weapons too.
It is probably on the same level, if not better, like
I like this movie better. Like, I loved Weapons,
Mhm.
but I felt more emotional during this movie, and when
Fair
it
enough.
comes to me, like, emotions, if a movie makes you emotional, that means that they told a
I was
great
getting goosebumps
story.
throughout I was getting goosebumps probably
No,
every 20 minutes,
100%,
dude.
dude.
Goosebumps,
No.
goosebumps, and it didn't have to be a killing that gave me goosebumps. It was a line of
Mhm.
dialogue and just goosebumps.
No, that's the thing I was gonna say, like, you go into the movie and, like, the trailer makes it think, like, "Oh, it's all about, the physicality, and they're gonna be killing all these people, and their bodies are gonna be running ragged from walking this whole time." It's not the physical. It is the mental and the emotional strain that these characters are going through. That is what hits you the most as you're watching this movie. Seeing these guys not just break their bodies, but break their spirits and break their minds just to do this. It's like you think you can walk? You think you can walk for 5 days straight? I don't want to say try it, but try it and come back to me and tell me that you could walk for
And
5
keep
days
it at the
straight.
speed that they were going.
And I it is
I
insanity.
got it, dude. Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump would have won this. Dude, Forrest Gump would have killed this competition. No,
He
but
probably would have.
also, like, I don't know if you felt this, but the movie, you don't feel when the beginning, middle, and end are of these movies. When we
No,
switch, you don't
yeah.
know when it switches. Are we in the act 2? Are we in act 3? And guys, you will look down at your phone, and when the credits roll, you'll be like, "What?
Yeah, what just
Whoa.
happened?
Well,
Whoa,
I thought we had
what?
I thought we had another 20 minutes." Nope. Nope. The movie goes by, and it's so good because that's how you know a movie was good. You didn't even realize how much time passed.
Well, it's
The
like
movie's not a
it
long
was
movie either. The movie's
it
an
was
hour and
weird.
48 minutes.
Yeah, it was weird for me because, like, I think I was maybe not even a third into the movie, and I'm, like, sitting there's like, "Man, we're getting close to the end of the movie." Like, I don't know why, it just felt to me like we're rushing to the end of the movie, but then it just kept going,
Yeah.
and I was,
It's
like,
a
sitting there like,
long
"Whoa."
it's a long thought process, and, we'll wrap this up here in a little bit, guys, but the last thing we're gonna bring up is, 2 things, actually. So, 1, uh Mark Hamill, we were kind of thinking he's going to be good. He's good in the movie.
He is very good in the movie, but they use him sparingly.
Yeah, don't expect this a Mark Hamill fest. Like, no, no, there he is in the movie, but he is not a he's a okay, he's an over looming big character, but he's not
Mhm.
physically on screen 24/7.
No.
And
He's
he's not
he's
on
he
screen. Yeah,
he's there very rarely, but the scenes that he's in, they
he's
use
great.
him great. They use him
He's a
perfectly
character that you
to
hate. He's a character,
exactly.
and as you
You're
go further, you hate him more and more.
exactly. It's like, "Oh, man, I'm so done with this guy." Never thought I could hate Luke Skywalker in my life, but by the end of this movie, I'm like, Imma need a lightsaber. I need a lightsaber, please."
And then 2 guys, there are no end credit scenes. There's nothing. There's not
No, yeah,
when the
no,
movie
it's
ends, it's over, so
the
just leave. You don't have to sit
well
around.
well, you're probably gonna sit
You're
around.
gonna
You're
sit there for a
you're
second.
probably gonna sit there and go, "Oh." It's I'm just gonna say one more thing because this movie, like I said, when a movie hits me emotionally, I am so much more invested in that movie. This movie, I felt like, "You know what? Imma start walking. Imma start walking in solidarity with these guys. Imma start tracking miles, and I'm gonna sit there." They walked I don't remember how many miles it was.
They
It was a
walked a
couple
good,
100
yeah, yeah,
miles.
yeah, we
It
won't go
was
too deep into it, but yeah,
it
they
was a
walked.
while, but I'm gonna start tracking my miles, guys, and so every week I'm gonna share with you how many miles I walked until I reach the amount of miles that these guys walked, and I'm gonna tell you if I think I could survive the long walk. I probably won't.
No. But
Anyways,
anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking? Have you guys seen the movie? Are you guys not gonna go see it? Are you guys, you're like, oh, I got my tickets ready for Sunday. Like, let us know if you guys have seen it. Let us know your comments below. Please, please, if you guys are gonna spoil it, put a big spoiler thing in the comments before someone reads. Please, please do that.
please.
Common
We
courtesy.
do wanna hear what you guys have to say about the movie because we wanna talk about it so bad, and we probably will do a spoiler review in a couple weeks,
Yes.
but don't spoil it for anybody else.
Yes.
Please, guys, if
Just
you even have a smallest inkling of maybe I wanna go see that movie, go
do it.
watch this movie,
Do it.
please.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty. Well, guys, we're reaching the final stretch here. Final topic for today. Thank you guys also for, sticking around with us and watching along with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. We had a
It's a
jam-packed
long
episode
episode,
for you,
but
but
we
yeah, we're only
we had a
once a
lot to
week
talk
and
about,
we
though.
and we thought it would be fun. So, anyways, guys, our last topic for the day, Paramount, it looks like they're gonna buy Warner Brothers. This is massive.
Mhm.
This is massive. So, pretty much to break down the details, Warner Brothers, after only being with Warner Brothers Discovery for a little bit, they're now splitting up again. They're breaking up. They're like a high school couple. They're together and then they're not together. And then they're together and then they're not together. You just can't decide.
It's
So,
like Rachel and Ross.
yes, they just can't. Well, they won't they. So, they've decided nope, split's going to be final. And Paramount's like, "Oh, come here, baby. I've got you. I've got some hands open for you. I'll take you out to dinner. I'll treat you nicely. I'll give you a nice couple billion for you." And that's what it looks like they're going to do. So Paramount looks like they're going to buy Warner Brothers, not Warner Brothers Discovery, but just the Warner Brothers. So what
Just Warner Brothers, yeah.
what exactly goes under that? Pretty much anything you guys see on HBO.
Mhm.
That's
It's,
that's that's it. That's right there.
well,
That's
it's HBO,
yep.
CNN, and the whole Warner Brothers
Yes.
movie
Yes.
studio.
So it's a lot. And we could go on for hours about all the different things they're going to take. Big one for me and Paul that sticks out is what's going to happen with DC,
No, for real.
because we just got Peter Safran and James Gunn. They've been in charge of this now for 3 years, 3 years, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And now we're switching, and who knows? Paramount could be like, "Hey, no, nope, nope, we don't
I
like
I
this."
I don't see them doing that because like, they need to make their money back, and this is probably their best bet to make their money back.
Or they do the opposite, and they're like, "Oh, we like you guys. You guys better start pumping out 5 movies a year." Maybe not
Oh,
5,
that's
but they're like, "You
uh,
you
to
better start pumping out you better start pumping out
start making
s
us money.
start making us more movies besides your little 2 in 1 show a year, you better start pumping out content. Like,
Mhm.
we want our, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and it does worry me. I'm also wondering if Paramount looks at James Gunn and says, "Hey, we know you got to kinda run free over there. You're not doing that here. You are either going to be a director or you're gonna be a chairman. That's what you're gonna do.
One or the other,
One or
not
the
both.
other. You're not doing this back and forth. You can decide what movies come out. You can decide your directors. You can write the kind of what the parameters of the movie and who's the villains, who's what's gonna happen in this movie, and then, have them write a script, whatever. But you're not making movies anymore. Like, you're done. You're done." And or maybe they're like, "You can only make Superman movies," or, "Hey, you can only make a movie every 5 years," like, something like that, because I I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel Paramount is gonna make a big change somewhere. Another thing that I have thought of, Warner Brothers, I feel like with Harry Potter, if the Harry Potter series was good or bad, unless it was a complete dumpster fire, Warner Brothers would have kept it alive until all 7 seasons.
Mhm.
Paramount, I don't think they will. If the seasons are
Nah,
garbage, I think Paramount will cut it quick. I think
I
Paramount
think
will
so
cut it
too.
quick because the problem is with Paramount taking over Warner Brothers, Paramount is also getting a what, like $32 billion dollars in debt as well?
Yeah, so the company itself, Warner Brothers, is worth $41 billion,
Mhm.
but it's $35 billion in
35 billion.
debt.
Yeah, so
S
they're already gonna be minus how many they have to pay to get Warner Brothers and minus that debt around we're looking at
that they have to
possibly
assume,
over
yeah.
yeah, we're looking at
70, almost
possibly 80
80,000,000. Or
billion,
billion, yeah.
$80 billion in debt, and this is not, like, it's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money that they have
It's
to
a lot.
recuperate, and they're not gonna I don't think Paramount is just gonna be like, "Oh, well, it's Harry Potter. We still have some viewing. Maybe we'll get later viewing in HBO." That's the other thing too. It's an HBO show. It is an HBO show.
Mhm,
It's not a movie like Harry Potter was. Harry Potter was a movie before it was shows.
mhm.
Just in case anybody didn't know that.
Well, it
But
was a book before that,
it was a
so
book, let me tell you. It was an idea before that, like, but yeah, I'm really, really I have a feeling something is gonna go wrong. At least one thing is gonna go wrong. I don't want it to go wrong. I
Yeah.
have a feeling one thing will go wrong, and whether it's
Well,
Harry Potter, whether it's DC, like
things have been going wrong for a while, ever since the Warner Brothers Discovery merger happened. I
yeah.
mean, remember they canceled the Batgirl movie, the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie. They shelved
But
both of
Wile E.
those.
Coyote got picked up.
Not that finally, but I don't remember how that happened. But like they did all that, and they're like, oh, tax write offs, we get some money, but then you're still $35 billion in debt. Like, come on. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, here's my thing on HBO Max, on this streaming service that was supposed to have all of these things that Warner Brother owned, Cartoon Network, and all this other stuff. They have been slowly getting rid of all of these things. They got rid of all boomerang shows, which, if you know boomerang shows, that's like the old school cartoons like Hanna-Barbera stuff, Jetsons, Flintstones,
Tom and
um,
Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, Johnny Bravo, like all those old cartoons, which, understandable if you're more of the younger generation, you're not going to be as affected by that. But for other people, it's like, finding Johnny Bravo DVDs, I don't think that many people are going to be able to find that.
Yeah.
So HBO Max was our place to go and watch that old stuff. And if it's gone, it's like, well, shoot, now what do I do? There's certain places you can still get that media,
Yeah.
like Amazon Prime or YouTube. But at the same time, it's like HBO Max was supposed to be the safe haven for all these properties, and they're getting slowly but surely dropped and canceled and thrown in the trash. So Paramount now taking over, I'm not sure what they're going to look at as salvageable or what's going to be thrown away with everything
Yeah.
else.
It's also like I also wonder, are they gonna if they're smart, they won't do this, but I could also see them doing it. You think they're gonna keep Paramount Plus and HBO Max separate, or are they gonna merge them?
Well, I mean,
Paramax,
look at Disney. Disney has Hulu. Disney has what's the other thing that Disney owns?
ESPN,
ESPN, yes,
but
and Disney. This is very reminiscent to when Disney bought Fox. So
okay,
I
but
can
here's the
see
thing, here's what
them
Disney's
merging just like
yeah,
Disney did with Hulu.
well, here's I don't know if you know this, Hulu's going away here in a little bit.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They're
Like
getting rid of it
Disney
completely.
Plus and Hulu are just going to become one entity.
Yeah, and but Hulu's not as big of a thing as HBO in my opinion. Here's why.
It used to
HBO
be.
it used to, but here's why I think HBO has been around forever before the streaming service. HBO has been around
Yes.
forever. And what has HBO been known for? Making good television, dude.
Well,
Good
good
television
movies and good
and good
television.
movies
Yes.
and television. And that's the big draw with HBO. That's why they added HBO back into HBO Max because they realized HBO's a big draw for people.
It
And
is. Like
so
that's what everybody was like, "Hey, where did my HBO stuff go?"
exactly. And so Hulu was not making big movies. Hulu was not I don't even think Hulu was making movies. Hulu was just a streaming service.
Mm, they
So,
made a couple movies.
yeah, but they never made anything like HBO. Like and HBO is at the top of quality when it comes to streaming services. Like
Oh
when
yeah.
you watch an HBO led series, you know you're at least in for a good TV show.
Yeah,
Like
Game of Thrones, Last of Us. Like there's a bunch of like high tier shows that
Peacemaker, like we've
HBO
been talking about,
Peacemaker, yeah, like
Penguin, like all of these really great shows, and I think Paramount would be stupid if they merged them. Like, I get it may cost you a couple extra dollars to keep that open, but I'm willing to bet HBO Max makes more money than Paramount Plus right now.
oh, for sure, 100%.
I'm
I
willing
wouldn't doubt it. Here, I'll Google it just to double check, but I
well,
bet you
because
you're
also
correct.
Paramount just does not have, as much stuff as HBO Max. Paramount is smaller, in my opinion. From and I have Paramount Plus, but to be
Mhm.
fair, the only reason I have Paramount Plus is for South Park. So, I mean, like, there's not much I have it for.
No, I get that. Okay, so let's see. Uh, Paramount Plus, makes $5.9 billion, or they made $5.9 billion in 2024. HBO Max made $7.7 billion,
Yeah,
so
so there's a
a little bit more.
yeah,
There is a little bit of a gap, but hey, that's again, this is $1 billion, guys. We're talking a lot of money.
billion.
So I
Even
bet
have
you
a
that
million.
HBO Max, yeah, I know, but I bet you HBO Max will stick around so that they can continue to gain money for whoever the parent company happens to be. Warner
I also
Brothers
think that's how
Discovery,
they start
Paramount.
recuperating their money. That's how they
Oh,
start
for sure,
recuperating and
100%.
start getting I I I wonder though too, maybe we get 15, 20 years down the line and Paramount has made their money and then they make a merger of them and HBO Max and Paramount. I mean,
Mhm.
who knows when they're like, "Well, we've made our money now. I don't think we need to be spending to have 2 but if they get rid of something, I think they get rid of Paramount Plus and just move everything over to HBO Max because I think HBO Max is the bigger name than
Mm.
Paramount Plus, clearly with the dollars right now.
Well, if Paramount's gonna buy HBO, you know, Paramount's obviously got the more money currently,
Well,
but
okay, but like I'm saying
HBO Max, the streaming service, is making more money.
yeah, yeah, no. I think it's interesting, and I think, when Warner Brothers finally separates and Paramount does buy it, I think we are gonna have some good things, but I also think we are in for a tough time. I really do for some movies. I would not be
Oh
surprised if
yeah,
we have issues with the Harry Potter stuff, and I would not be surprised if DC runs into
yeah.
some
There's a little,
turmoil.
yeah,
Which
some hiccups.
I honestly, in my opinion, if this DC universe gets messed up again, I don't know if you touch DC for a while, dude. I don't know if you do.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know
I
if you just
know.
kinda throw in the towel and you're just like, "Hey, we have tried, but every time we try to do something DC, some new head comes in. We get bought out. Something with the director went wrong. This went wrong. That went wrong." We're all like, something could go wrong, and I still have faith in James Gunn, but look what happened to Kevin Feige. When there was a new head at Disney, And Disney said, "Hey, Kevin Feige, you're going to pump out all this content. You're going to pump out like 12 projects a year," which was absolutely ridiculous. Me and
Yeah,
you were like, "Oh my, so much." We were overwhelmed, and
yeah,
all of them kind of sucked except for a couple diamonds in the rough. Like that happened to Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige is the best studio head, in my opinion, ever, ever,
yeah. I mean, he's
ever.
been able to juggle a lot,
Like,
and
he was pitching he had a no-hitter for 10 years. He was pitching no-hitters for 10 years, like, well,
yeah,
he
for
was
sure.
great, and, but if they do it to James Gunn, I don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think they fire him or get rid of him, but I wouldn't be surprised if they say, "Hey, James, love what you're doing. We need you to focus on the actual studio and not worry about another Superman movie." We need you to focus on the studio and not worry about another Peacemaker series. Like,
Well, maybe that's why we talked about Superman 2 getting announced last week. Maybe
yeah.
that's why he's like, "Hey, I wanna get this Superman 2 movie done and out of the way before some other parent company swallows us up and then starts telling me what to do."
Yeah, but Paramount's gonna buy them before.
But if it's already slated, maybe
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he's probably
but
hoping that he could get it in the books before
here's what, if
anything
he wants
happens.
to get it in the books before it happens, he has to be shooting it before they buy them. Because
Yeah.
look, prime example, Gambit. Gambit was in production and then Disney bought them and Gambit was like, "Pooh, fart in the
Like,
wind.
"Bye."
Bye, adios, see you later." And then there was a joke in Deadpool, and now we have Gambit. But like, I, when it comes to the Superman movie, if that's how he thinks this is gonna go down, he has to pump the Superman movie out instantly. He has to get it out. And I,
Well, that's why he has it slated for 2027. He's
if
like, "Alright, we're
that's
gonna
the
start filming
truth,
next year."
if that's the truth, I hate that. I hate that. He's not making movies because this is where it wants to be in the timeline. He's like, "Oh, Superman's great, and I gotta get another Superman movie. So I'm worried we're gonna get about. Let's go to no, 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 no." And I don't like that. That's not how. And we were already complaining last week when we were like, "Why are you focusing on another Superman movie when you had all these other
All this
projects?"
other stuff ready to go. It's like, "Come on, man. Give us the other cookies in the jar before you give us the same thing that we already had."
Yeah, I don't know, but this is definitely interesting. And who knows? Maybe we'll see a SpongeBob and Batman collab coming coming 2030. The Dark Sponge coming to your local theater. We'll have
He's gonna be a unlockable skin in the Lego Batman game.
SpongeBob Batman. Yeah, that'll go. He absorbs the bullets. You can't get him. He absorbs them. Then we'll have Patrick as Robin. Yes,
I
that's
could
what we'll
s
have.
you see, you're joking, but I could 100% see that happening.
We have another Lego Dimensions game, and that's what we get in Lego Dimensions.
Exactly, exactly. Or multiverses, you know?
Oh, yeah, because that's what they're gonna bring back, multiverses. Yeah, no, that was dead. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think? Are you guys like, wow, this is surprising? Are you guys not happy about it? Are you guys like, what the hell? I didn't even know about this. What's going on? I don't really care. Who cares what happens? But anyways, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Alrighty, guys. Well, Paul, it's getting late. It's getting
It is
long
getting
for
late.
sure. This has
Yeah,
been a
this is
long episode. And guys, once again, we thank you so much for your time spent with us. We love seeing you guys every week. And we are so excited for some future stuff. We're about to hit the holiday season in late October, and me and Paul have some fun ideas lined up for you guys. We'll announce them when we get closer, but we've got a lot of stuff in store for you guys for the rest of the year. If you guys have anything you want us to cover, anything, any review, any fan theories, anything at all, email us down below at itsgettinglatepodcast@gmail.com. Well, guys, that'll do us over here. My name's Jacob,
I'm Paul.
and we will see you guys next week. Have a great week, everyone.
See you later.